What is up, YouTube? We're coming here with a ShilkCast. We're gonna take top 10 players in each position of the NALCS. We went through this already once with top and jungle, but we found out that one of our people that we were recording with, his voice wasn't captured, so with top and jungle, we're just gonna go with it real quick, real simple, and with mid, ADC, and support, we'll go into depth. Other than that, unfortunately, we can't give you the content for top and jungle. Other than that, let's get right to it. Yeah, hope you enjoy. Aight, let's
What?
get this shit started.
Holy shit, we had a deep moment and then you came in.
It doesn't fucking matter now. Okay, so we're here. I told them that we've already gone through top and jungle. What's gonna happen is
Touch on it briefly.
we're gonna touch on it briefly. It's probably gonna be like 10 minutes each, but for mid ADC and support, we can go in depth.
Alright, that works. Sure, man.
Oh god, you're high as shit.
Yeah, what's it? Yeah, buddy boy.
Okay,
Alright. Yes.
Colin, briefly
That's
go
me.
through your top picks,
My top tops.
your top
Alright.
tops.
Tippy tops. Alright. Number one. We got Someday. Self-explanatory, the man's a monster. Anything he does in mid and top lane is what you want a top laner to do. Lanes fantastically. Solid team play, plays tanks and carries. He does it all. So, beneath that we got Flame. Pretty much does Sunday's job to a lesser extent. Still fantastic though. Really stepped up in the summer split. Pretty shitty spring split, puts it beneath Someday. Darshan had a horrendous spring split, but good God, was his summer actually fantastic. I think he sets up his team for success astoundingly. Him as number 3, more so because recency. Otherwise, Hanser would be there, but he's number 4 because he's consistent. Plays pretty damn well. In the spring split, you've given Bjerg a run for his money for MVP. He's good. He hasn't really dipped. Then we got Impact, number 5. Gonna say briefly that beneath the top 4 top laners, it gets pretty bad in my eyes. So I got Impact. He has shown a long history of greatness, but he's been slipping pretty hard for the past couple weeks. I put him at 5 because of that. We got Zig. He's consistent. He doesn't do great. He doesn't do bad. He plays Kled a lot. He's alright. And we got Seraph at number 7. Dislike him as a person. He plays alright. He sometimes has low lows, but also sometimes has like 10 seconds of outstanding gameplay, and then back to normal. He's okay. Put him at 7. 8. We got Ray. Haven't seen him in way too fucking long. He plays carries okay. He's supposed to play him great. This play tanks that fantastically. Impact's overall better in my eyes. Put him at number 8. Lorelo. My boy. Is alright. I mean, he's not that great. Let's be real. He, more often than not, does nothing in the game. He plays carries okay all the time. That's about it.
Oh no! What did I do?
What have you done? Jeez. Looper, number 10. Yeah, phenomenal on Samsung White, phenomenal on RNG. Absolute garbage on Equifox. You hate to see that happen to the guy. He's known for his teleports, now they're atrocious. His laning is okay. Usually bad. Unfortunate. Send him back to Korea. Did better there. Number 11, Balls. Get him out of the LCS. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. This man has taken a harsh turn from his glory days. From peaking high at like number 1, number 2, his rumble's fantastic. He's fucking killing everybody left and right. Watching him's hard. No, so yeah, that's about it.
My
My turn?
Your
Or-
turn. Well,
My turn. Alright. Let's take a look. See. So for my tops, Someday is number one. The man's a fucking monster. Actually a monster. Darshan, number two. I mean, honestly, as far as Someday goes, me and Chewy have like the same. Me and Colin, as he's listed here, me and Chewy have the same opinion on Someday. The man's just a fucking monster, and he eats everybody alive. Rashawn is my number two. Really good for CLG. Sets up the team real well. Sets up the plays. You know, he's a big play maker, and so there's that. He's really good for CLG. Excellent player. Excellent top laner. And he summer was atrocious. Spring is good. You know,
Backwards.
Spring was atrocious. Summer has been really good for him. Number three is Hanser. Hanser is just an excellent player. He is super consistent. He plays exactly what the team needs him to play. But overall, though, he's not as shiny and bright as Someday or Darshan. Flame is basically Someday 2.0, but he's not. He's just Someday 2.0. He's not as as good as Someday at all. But he's better than Impact. But he's basically Someday 2.0. Next is Impact. Impact is number 5. Impact has been slumping really hard lately, but he's one of the few world champions from Korea brought to NA that has been like, I am actually a monster and I can perform for my team, and has done it consistently. He's slumping recently, but I think he'll bounce back for Worlds, so he's at my number 5. Ray, I think Ray is really good on carries for sure, but he can't play tanks that well. But Ray's like highs are fucking through the roof. Like, they're actually insane. So there's that. His lows are kind of low, but he's still effective. Like, his low for me is not being the reason the team loses. So next we have Zig. Zig is just non-existent. I mean, he's not costing his team the game too much, but he's not doing much to win the game for them. So there's that. That is, that's Zig. Next is Seraph. Seraph's high is Zig, and Seraph's low is like Balls playing blind with a string around his nuts. Like, that's the thing. Like,
this is for normies.
But no, seriously, Seraph, his lows are atrociously bad, and his highs are barely acceptable.
Yeah.
Next is Lorlo. Lorlo is like better, has lower Seraph lows, not lower Seraph, has higher Seraph lows, but like he doesn't have a ceiling. It's just he's just low. He's just fucking low. He just doesn't play well at all. And then we have Looper. Looper just doesn't. I don't understand Looper. When he first came into the LCS, I was like, oh my god, this man's gonna be a fucking monster. He's gonna murder everybody left and right. This man is going to be fucking insane. No, he doesn't place it. He just doesn't do anything. He's just not there. It's just bad, real bad. Balls is worse. Balls needs to retire and coach a low-rated LCS team.
Okay.
Next is Babs.
I'm just gonna do this really fucking rapid fire because we sort of all have the same opinions on every single thing, whether blah 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 blah. Yeah. Someday he's a fucking god. Right now, I think he's overhyped, but it's overhyped doesn't mean he can't be number 1. Number 2, I think Flame is exactly like Someday, but just minus a few. He's just hard to explain in my opinion, because I feel like those are two interchangeable ones, but Someday is clearly better in my opinion. Number 3 is Hanser. He's always been a rock, will forever be a rock. He doesn't really have big lows, but when he gets high, he can get really high. 420, baby. Seraph, I feel like he's a big part of why Team Envy, and I know a lot of my colleagues here don't agree with me on this. I feel like he's a big reason why Team Envy was a was a quarterfinalist.
Actually, a sack of garbage.
Shut the fuck up, okay? Number 5, I think we all put Impact at number 5. Probably for the same reason. He was massively good, but then he's been on a gigantic slump these past few splits. So he hasn't really shown much. He's still heading downhill. Hopefully he can come back, because we know he can come back and we know he can do better. Darshan, I feel like he's number 6 because, well, God, what did I say for Darshan last night?
Fish out, remember?
What?
I don't know, man.
I'm trying to think here.
Oh wait, that's right. I remember. I was watching it, and you're like, I brought up that a lot of the Darshans you make, or the arguments you make against Darshan, was that his spring split was horrendous.
Yes, his spring split is so bad,
and because of that inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. He has.
player.
He's not very consistent, and I agree with that 100%. I mean, he can be really good, but he can also be really bad. Ray, we only saw him up till like week 3 in the summer, because the meta changed to tanks, which was Impact's thing. Ray's a great carry champ. We haven't seen much, hence why he's number 7. But I feel like even when he does show up, he is a little bit flashy at times, but he's not a big impact. Zig is Zig. The guy, he's very consistent.
He's the role player top lane.
But what he doesn't affect his team negatively, but nor does he affect his team positively. Lorlo, he's a stand-in. Looper.
Wow.
Looper, the dude. The moment he came to NALCS, he's that's all I can say. Balls needs to get the fuck out of LCS quick. Okay, so that
All right, cool, yeah.
So that concludes top. Very, very briefly.
Was that like 10 minutes? Except for like 45 last time.
That was actually 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, not bad.
It's better than our 50. Alright. We'll get there for like mid carry and support probably. But I mean, alright.
But
So,
Let's do some jungler.
Yep. I'll kick us off again, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
So, Xpithy at the number 1 spot. The man speaks for himself. He was an okay. He was pretty good. I'll give him like, he's like a 7 out of 10 spring split. He did his job well. He didn't do anything besides that. But then trade happened. He's on Immortals. The man's a jungler reborn. He is suddenly a phenomenal ganking jungler. His pathing's still great. The intangibles he brings to the team, like bringing better knowledge, shot calling, and that veteran aura, seems to have bolstered Immortals a good amount. He's against the number 1 now, and honestly, he's been nothing but impress. Haven't seen a bad game from him. Contracts number 2. He played above average spring split, and he kept on growing. Summer split came around, and he played even better. He's a phenomenal jungler who usually capitalizes on Jensen's dominance in the mid lane. Gets himself and Jensen snowballing that way. It works out phenomenally for Cloud9 a lot of the time. If only their top lane wasn't horrendous and their bot lane was slumping, I think they'd be probably in the finals by now. Number 3, Lyra. This is the curse of Lyra. On spring split, voted all-star jungler on a 10th place team. He's amazing. His pathing's phenomenal. He ganks phenomenally. He doesn't even play he can even do it with off-meta champions with a famous AD in Italy. He randomly pulled out. He's the complete package. We've heard a lot of his teammates talk about how he's a coaching game for them. So he obviously brings a lot of knowledge to the game. Maybe the one thing you can knock him on is that he takes up an important slot, and because of that, he probably isn't the best with communication, seeing as how English not first language. That's a barrier, but I mean, the guy's fantastic. Then we got Shrimp, number 4. Slight recency bias, as Shrimp's entire career has been mediocre, but through the last half of the summer split, he's been playing phenomenally. So I'm willing to say, as of current power right now, like heading to the gauntlet, I would have as a number 4 jungler. Number 5, Mike. Please don't call me Mike. Mike Young. Rookie of the split. Ugh. From when he first came in, I think about like week 2 or 3, till the end of Rift Rivals, looked like the best jungler in NA. He was phenomenal. And then came back and was mediocre. But just that short stint of time where he was outstanding, at least for me, is promising. He has a great attitude, and I'm looking forward to seeing him probably on a new team next split. And then we got number 6, Sven Skaren. I'd put him higher if I didn't watch last split at all.
If I didn't watch last split at all. It's so fucking true.
Where his thing was, I'm gonna walk into the jungle and die. Not my jungle, their jungle. I'm gonna do that repeatedly. And it's, I mean, the guy obviously it probably pays off for him in scrims or pays off for him in solo queue, but something just does not click sometimes with him in competitive, where he just seems out of place. But he's been, over the past couple weeks at least, he seems to be fixing up that inconsistency, and maybe we'll see the godlike Sven Lee Sins. Probably not. I hope though. I love seeing him when he's playing well. Oh my god, number 7. He's there.
My god.
I'd have him as like the Zig of the jungle, where it's like he's not the reason his team wins. He's okay. Well, yes, sometimes the reason the team loses, but he's only been playing the LCS for a couple weeks. I would have loved to have seen him if he started with the team, rather than it's like, oh shit, Dardock's being a fucking dick. We gotta kick him off and bring in Omar. So I think a lot of his mistakes can be contributed to like rookie mistakes. Like, you're playing on a stage in front of like thousands of people watching you online, and also a live studio audience. It's not easy. There's some pressure there, especially when you're coming on to CLG, one of the best teams in the league. So I'm looking forward to him getting more experience, and I think he'll be a pretty good jungler. Let's see. Rainover, number 8. Yeah, man. Everything about Liquid is just depressing.
That's all you need to say.
Rainover is such a phenomenal talent, or at least he used to be. And I'm honestly not sure if it's maybe everyone else caught up to him, or he just really, being on Liquid does that to you, I guess. Because he has looked like a shell of his former self. He should probably go back to Korea. Alright. Number 9, Dardock. Mechanical, prodigy, everything else about him is pretty awful. Especially his attitude. And this is coming as a man who wants... Okay, Bruce down Dardock. I would love to see this man do well. Because... oh god. If he wasn't such a dick... I think he'd be so well. He'd play so well on a team that could like capitalize on his aggression. And if he wasn't just a fucking talk sack of shit, he'd be doing pretty well, I think. So I mean, if he can fix that, I don't think he ever will. But if he does, I could definitely see him being in the top 3 junglers in the league. And we got Acadian number 10. He played fantastically the first like 6 weeks of spring, and then he haven't seen him
Shot the bed.
since. It's been pretty much half a year since I've seen him play a decent game at this point. where it's to the point where like Acadian won a lot of games for Equifox at the beginning of spring, and then he started losing a lot of games for Equifox.
God, man, I got the fucking munchies.
Eat.
How am I going?
Alright, and I got Moon, number 11. Pretty much the same thing as Acadian, but with an odd, even more peculiar champion pool. A little less impressive nowadays. And some slight bias against FlyQuest. Puts him at number 11.
Aight. James, what about your junglers?
I mean, you can talk to me like I'm a person, but alright.
I talk to you like a person.
What else you doing?
What?
I don't know. My junglers, so we have Lear at number 1. This man's a fucking monster. I don't fucking get it. How I don't understand how another team didn't just rip him off Venby like a fucking bad leech. Yeah, you're right. I have no idea how. Because it's like he's such a fucking beast. He's so good in the jungle. So much knowledge, so much
Good.
so he's so good at the game, but it's also like that should be green, by the way. He's so good at the game. There we go. But he's on such a mediocre team now. I mean, Envious is pretty okay now, but like at first it was just so awfully bad. It was like they were so bad, but it was never Lear. He was a beast. He did a lot. He did so much, and I think that I don't know. He was on a really bad team, but he's definitely less strong in the league. Even at 10th place, everybody was just like, yeah, this guy's a fucking monster. Next is contracts. This kid just keeps improving. I think that he's gonna go far in life. Like, he's gonna fucking go to college one day and be a fucking tax collector and then just fucking kablooey. He's gonna be amazing. Like, this guy is so good and has so much room for growth that I just can't. He's just gonna be fucking amazing. He's continued to go as far as he has, and he's never dipped thus far. So we'll have to wait for 2018 for that. Smithy, okay jungler in spring. Give this man to immortals, and what do you got? You got a fucking monster on your hands. He can play all styles of the jungle. He can play multiple champions. Give this man Gragas. Oh my god, he gives you the game. He's just really, really good player. Excellent for his team. Just an excellent player. Next we got Flame. We got Mike Young. Mike Young is a phenomenal player. He's definitely an upcoming rookie. I feel like he's like Contracts' his younger brother. He's an upcoming rookie. He's gonna be really, really good in 2018. I think he's just gonna improve his macro issues that he has. He has a few little macro issues here and there. I think those will be shored up over the off season, and then he's gonna come in 2018 even stronger. So definitely gonna be up there. Want to watch this guy. Oh my god, is number 5. I don't know much about him, but I know that he plays in Mean Gragas. I am too gone for this, man. This I'm too high for this. Get that off my goddamn screen.
Continue. Where are we going? Mike Young? Yeah, Mike Young.
We're on Oh my god. Oh my god, he plays a Mean Gragas. Oh. And other than that, he's an okay jungler.
Good.
Sven Skarin, I think, accidentally walks in on his teammates with how much he invades. Like, like seriously, he just continuously, he just invades and dies. And then he's like, if I invade again, maybe I won't die. And then he invades again and dies. It's like, it's just, I don't know. He's an okay jungler. He's a pretty alright jungler. Outside of his tendency to just invade and dive, that's such a big issue that like we can't ignore it. So Shrimp, I don't know much about him. I've heard he's doing well recently, but you know, don't know much about him. Moon. All right, let's talk about Moon. Moon has a weird champion pool that only works that he's really good on, and they are Rengar and Evelynn. Neither of those champions have been in the meta for a long time. They haven't been in the meta for a while. And not only that, though, at everything else, he's okay at best and horrendous at worst. He has niche champions that he plays, but in reality, he just fucking whatever, man. Next is Darkhawk. Fuck this guy. He's such a dick. He's like if the jockey frat boys decided to go nerdy and play video games. That is Darkhawk. Jesus Christ. He can work a keyboard and mouse like no other, but goddamn, his brain is like two potatoes wired together. That's the whole thing. But seriously, like he's just so bad other than his inputs. That's it. He can press buttons on a keyboard real fucking well, and that's about the whole thing. Next is Rainover. Rainover is like a much kinder version of Darkhawk. If Darkhawk couldn't work a keyboard as well, and was like 10 times smarter. Like that is Rainover. Rainover is such a smart player, super duper good in that aspect, but he's on Team Liquid. I think that game just sucks the soul out of you.
So is Darkhawk.
Yeah, I know, right? Fuck.
For a second time.
Next is Acadian. Acadian did real well the first half of spring. That's it. Nothing else. He's just kind of meh.
Okay.
All right. Kick us off with your number one mid laner.
Wait, I haven't even gone for jungler, dude. You're so fucking gone. You shut up and let me tell you.
Zoinks.
Okay, so. No. Okay. So, let's start off with contracts. I feel like at the rate that he's growing, he's going to demolish kids. Last split when he was a rookie, he was kind of lackluster, but from where he went from I see it. From where he went in the spring split to where he is now, if he keeps growing the same way, I feel like he'll be at a phenomenal spot, first of all. And second of all, just absolutely shitting on kids.
It's just shitting on children.
Yeah, they're shitting on kids. Smithy, dude, jungler reborn the moment he went to Immortals. I have no idea. That guy has learned a new style, and that is impressive in its own after being a veteran playing his own style for so long. So and he's done a lot for Immortals to get number 2 spot and going into the finals. It's great. Lyra, this guy's pathing is legendary, man. His smarts and his mechanical plays is what makes him stand out. He also plays really weird champions, and he can really just play the game, in my opinion, correctly, unlike most LCS players. But my fourth pick is Mike Young. I feel like from what I've seen, he was really good at the beginning of the split. Yes, he did kind of dip down at the end. That's why he's not higher on my list. When he was at Rift Rivals, he schooled kids when it came to like his Lee Sin, dancing around people and all that stuff. He's young, and if he does the same thing as Contracts, where he keeps improving, those two will become the best junglers to have played in NALCS. Sven Scare, and oh my god, what was that massive shit he took in spring? God.
Let's hold effect my giant 20.
Wait, what's going on over here? Oh my god. Is this what you've been doing?
It took me so long.
I didn't see it until the 4 started showing up over here. Rainover is my 6th. He used to be really good. It's just I don't think he's on a good team. He's really good, and he's known for his Rek'Sai. Give the man a Rek'Sai. Bleh, you know. Shrimp, don't know much about him. I just know he's doing really well right now. That's why I put him at 7th, even though a lot of people say that, you know, he should be up higher. To me, I don't know him much. He hasn't been a big name, so 7th is where he's going to stay. And this one's going to confuse a lot of people why I put this guy here. Honori. I feel like his champion pool is very odd and he's very good at his champion pool, but that being said, he has a very limited champion pool, and this is probably the reason why he's no longer in the LCS scene as he used to be.
His name sounds like pasta. Yo, you want some Honori and meatballs?
Oh my god. Omar God, he's number 9. He didn't make a big impact for CLG. I feel like he's really only good on one champion. The rest is very lackluster, and his lows are pretty fucking low. Dardoch, hate his fucking personality. He's very overconfident. He plays overconfident and just ends up feeding the team. And the spacing messed me up. And then I have Moon.
Sorry.
Oh boy, I'm just gonna leave it as Moon. That's it. That's it for junglers. Okay, so how do we want to do the unveiling of the next one? Wait. So, before I go, or we continue, you guys obviously are going to see my picks before all the other people's picks, since it's my screen. They don't know my picks yet. I don't know their picks. Yes, we're on the same spreadsheet, but we have taken the vow of blood. So
Scouts honor this shit.
It's like some of the actual stuff that I saw last night with the top and jungler actually surprised me, and
Preston Field Bray is number 10. That was a slight mistake.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
So basically we're going into this blind. You guys won't be going into this blind on my side, but for the other two, you guys won't know what they're gonna put down. So let's continue.
All right.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not sure you let out the format. We're all going to post our things and then argue about them.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go first for number 1 mid.
Bjergsen. Okay, let me pull mine over.
Hit me with your Jensen pick.
Oh baby, you looked, didn't you?
No,
of
but you're a
shit.
C9 fan, so
Fuck you.
That's an easy guess.
Fuck you, boy.
I think James probably in the same boat. Yep. I
Yeah.
figured I'd be alone in this boat.
Okay, before we start arguing about this, these two, Jensen and Bjergsen, are literally interchangeable.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like, literally, I think they're tied for number 1. Just throw a fucking name out there, you know?
I would agree, except if I'm building a team around a mid laner, I think I would prefer Bjergsen.
I was about to say, I would probably prefer Bjergsen.
Yeah, because, and I would have said this about Jensen last split. I think Jensen is the best laner, like laning mid laner, in the league. And I think everyone will agree with you that the pressure he'll put on in lane is absurd.
Yeah.
Bjergsen, he hasn't. It's been a long time since we've seen him like pop off and, like solo carry in lane, especially. But get him to like team fights and like his roaming as well is great. Like he's consistently, he hasn't had a below average game in about a year. And that's honestly astounding to think about.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And plus now he's not an import. He doesn't take up a slot. He's been grandfathered in. He's great.
Yeah.
I put Jensen as number 1 is because Jensen to me Well, Jensen is like the best laner in the LCS. Like, I don't know if he can play the other lanes well, but his fundamentals of how he plays the lane are phenomenal. He is so fucking good in lane, and I feel like Jensen is like Bjergsen if Bjergsen was actually aggressive. Like, Bjergsen has been on like passive wave clear bids for like the past 2 seasons. And Jensen is just a fucking god. Also, I think that, in my opinion, Jensen's Orianna is the best Orianna in the West. Not just in NA, but in NA, EU, and for sure Oceania. Like
West. Australia's like as far east as you can go.
Jesus Christ.
Still, well, it's a Western culture.
Damn.
No, I think.
Got him.
I think that Jensen's Orianna is the best Orianna in the West of like everything. He's just so good on that champion. Give him that champion, he will give you the game.
Right, give him Echo, won't use Zhonya's.
Echo won't use Zhonya's.
We'll die to Syndra.
We're looking at you in that final fight, Jensen. We know.
Yeah.
We saw. Okay, I put Jensen. I put Jensen at number 1 because his lane, he just dominates, but because he dominates in lane so much, he's already so much farther ahead of the opposite team that he can just work his way into being a very powerful powerhouse in team fights. Yeah, Bjergsen's really good in team fighting, and that's probably what, like, team build it. If you want to build a team, Bjergsen's much better because he fits in teams with multiple aspects. Jensen will win team fights for you because he's just so much farther ahead than the rest of the team.
Yeah.
I would agree. Alright, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to toss this one out here. I think your guys' number 2 mid's probably Bjergsen.
Yeah.
I think
But you'll never guess what mine is.
Froggen.
I don't like yours, but
Wait, am I
I'm gonna
actually correct?
I'm going to go ahead and reveal my number 2. Oh, wow, it's Jensen.
Oh! And I don't think we really need to discuss here because
Yeah,
No.
I also argued for Jensen during my Bjergsen talk. You guys argued for Bjergsen during your Jensen talk. They've been discussed. They're both phenomenal. Huge amount of star power. Great mid laners.
like
Yes.
literally it was the 2-vote difference from the all-star team between the two. Jensen got 2 more votes than Bjergsen.
Yep.
So it's literally even split. These guys are interchangeable.
Yeah, it's pick your favorite, really.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
Yeah.
choose wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get number 3.
All right.
Babs, kick us
I'm-
off.
Oh, number
sorry,
3?
Babs, kick us off. If someone kick us off, that's not me. I do enjoy Grogan. I don't know, man. Grogan's garbage, but have you seen this guy Grogan?
He plays
only
Gragas.
Gragas.
He plays
Yeah.
Gragas mid.
It's the only thing he plays. But good God, is he good? No. He's pissed. Oh my God, I'm in the minority. Alright.
All right. Why is Froggen the best in the league? Not the best in the league, no.
So,
Why is he not on your top of your list?
I was gonna say, you guys seem to have some Danish preferences. You guys picked all Danes for your top 3 mid laners.
I don't understand what it is. I think that country, just like you're born with an affinity to mid lane, even back in the Middle Ages. What was the Danish strategy in war? Go right up, and that was the whole.
You're right. I don't think you're right, but I want to say you're right.
But seriously, like, these 3 mid laners are so phenomenal. It's like insane. I don't understand it. Froggen is on like the worst team in the world, yet he's somehow keeping them. It's like he is Echo Fox, and he is Echo Fox, and then it's not even boards. They're just 4 weights on his wrists, keeping his inputs from being as fast or something. Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, he's so fucking good, but Echo Fox is so bad, and he should just leave and go to like fucking Dignitas or something, or just go back to Europe. Like, Jesus Christ, just get the fuck out of Echo Fox. You deserve better. She's an abusive wife. You deserve better, Froggen.
It's true. Babs?
Froggen is probably the reason why Echo Fox did not go to relegations.
He is. I don't think that's debatable. That's just science fact.
To be honest with you, I don't need to say anything else about Froggen besides that.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right. Think yourself, who is this mid laner? Who he?
He's the Acel god, dude.
It's who he.
Oh, by the way, just letting you know, my friend Reese already has literally the world's first pentakill on Aurelion Sol, so he does it better than Huhi.
You're right.
I'm not kidding. You know how you get the highlights at the end of the year? Like,
I know.
Yeah, it was on Reese's world's first pentakill.
Subman.
Subman, he's better.
Anyway, who he, when he first came on CLG, was not a great mid laner. I will admit that.
Yeah.
He was a mediocre mid laner on a great team. Besides his Orion Soul at MSI, those level 1 roam. Anyway, out of his mind. But something like he has improved so much, especially over this split. Like, the reason why CLG is winning games is, in my eyes, their solo laners have stepped up drastically. Because their jungling situation sure isn't helping them out. With Dardox, with a shitty performance from Dardoch during the split, and attitude problems, and then lately switching in Omar God. And then you got Stixxay pretty much slumping for the summer split, not doing that fantastic. Afro being enabled on roaming champions again, also unlocking Huhi in the mid lane when you can gank with Thresh and Blitzcrank and stuff like that. Huhi is like he's probably like a lower. Is that Reliant Soul?
Yeah. You see the stars, and because he's the star
like,
god, and then the 3 touch it in a fucking.
Is that? My eyes have been soiled.
I'm too fucking high for this shit. God.
Anywho, he's remarkable. Like, he's maybe like probably the mechanically inferior to the top 2 in my eyes, but there's no one in the league that roams better than Huhi.
Oh
and
no,
also,
his roaming is unparalleled.
And also his champion pool is phenomenal. Like, everyone knows about his Aurelion Soul. He plays all the meta mid laners very well. He has a pocket pick of Vel'Koz people are sleeping on, which is great against
recently he's been playing some weird fucking mid laners too.
It's just like maybe Vel'Koz has been coming out, and people are like, "What the fuck, Vel'Koz, a champion? What?"
Vel'Koz, I think, is one of the sleeper like mids. To be honest, when we do the mid meta video or the meta champions video, I'll be talking about Velcro.
He's like a better Xerath. Anyway, now I'm talking about he's just. I think he's phenomenal. His English, if you hear him talk, is like he's a native speaker at this point.
Yeah, his English is phenomenal.
The only way he could be better if he was born here.
Yeah.
But I don't think. Yeah, I think he's probably at his peak in his career right now.
Yeah.
But Bjergsen and Justin are just so good that I think
their peaks are gonna stay there for a long time.
Yeah, I was like, it's just so hard to break that top 2. If those 2 still there.
I would agree. Mid is super top heavy in NA.
It's true. Alright, let's drop some number 4s. Babs, kick it off.
Yeah, Babs, kick us off. It's like, hey, Babs, lead us in prayer.
Forgive me, Father, for I have shinned.
Pole belter.
I'll get next.
Alright.
I spelled that wrong.
Polter. Polter.
I'd like to buy an E, please. There it is. Alright.
I need you to stop calling.
That's so good. That's great. Alright, Babs. Why is Poe Belter your fourth best mid laner?
What? What? Why is Poe Belter my favorite mid laner? Or
You're number
my,
4.
my, my,
Why is he your favorite? Tell me that.
I got distracted on Twitter. So I think Poe Belter is he's just a very consistent mid laner. He's one of those mid laners that you don't hear much about, but he makes an impact on his team very silently. Whether it is like just laning or roaming, he's there for the plays. He's another part of the cog that is Immortals right now, and Immortals is currently kicking butt, and he's grown a lot from where he was as a mid laner, and now I feel like he's contending for top 5.
I would agree about Pobs. I think that Huhi is the 4th best mid because I think that Froggen is honestly better than Huhi. He's just been consistently really good. He's like just a child in an awkward home where it's just like, I want to make things better, but my parents are fighting. And that's where Froggen is. Huhi is just, his ASOL is great. His fucking Talia is wonderful. Excellent roamer, he's pretty good in lane too.
Yeah.
Like, he can hold his own against Jensen, which is pretty impressive. And good on his roams, good on his damage. On his roams, yeah, he's got decent team fighting, but his roaming is amazing. He sets CLG up so much through the mid lane. So, yeah,
It's true. I'll talk quick about the notorious POB top 10 NA mid laner, Poe Belter. So, when he's on CLG, also, people always forget that, like, who he replaced Poe Belter.
Yeah, I do know that.
Hidden rivalry out there.
solid.
But yeah, when Immortals first dominated, Poe Belter was on that team. A lot of people always remember the fact that Huni and Reignover were popping off. Poe Belter was also fantastic on that team.
Yes.
And then Poe Belter, I mean, prior to that, he's been on atrocious teams like Winter Fox and everything else. But
Yep.
disregarding that, he came on when Immortals rebuilt everyone after Huni and Reignover left. Darduck came in, and noticeably, Poe Belter's performance dipped.
Of course.
And then, out of Darduck's personality, because then as soon as Darduck left, Poe Belter became a phenomenal mid laner again. It's like,
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like Darduck is awful for team environments. It's like Darduck shouldn't be allowed to play League of Legends.
Jesus.
Yeah, but getting at the point, Poe Belter, he's good. He plays. He's not going to lose lane. Sometimes he wins lane. He's a great roamer, and he's one of like the 2 mid laners that doesn't take up an import slot.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be that huge, but in a region where every mid laner is an import, it is huge.
I agree.
Number 5. Oh, it's me, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Oops.
Overwatch.
Now I finally get to talk about Froggen. Babs. Alright.
Alright.
Sure. Piglet. It's not Piglet. You're fired.
Damn it.
Yeah, Summer Swelter.
Don't you know that song?
No.
Oh, it's like, and we were the day the music died, American Pie. Bye bye, Miss America. It's from that song.
It's the day that I That's the day music died.
And this is the last time. Okay.
Babs, why do you do this to your audience?
I don't know.
Filled in the front of
I
life
never had an audience, so.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Well, you see.
Oh god, I'm first. I forgot.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
It's like someone's supposed to be talking.
Yeah.
Oh, it's me. Whoops. Anyway, Froggen. Whoa. He's good. No. He has the same sort of style as Jensen,
Yeah.
where he's not known for his roams. He's known to be a great laner, and this magically somehow have more CS than you. Like it's 10 minutes in, but he has 130 CS, and that's just not right. But Froggen has that. It's just passive. But it's hard at this point to ice because results speak for themselves a lot of the time. And Froggen's been on a bottom 10 team for God knows how long.
Yeah.
Like 4 straight splits at this point. 5 with Alliance.
Yeah.
So, or elements, sorry. I think he, similar to Lyra, is just a laner, a player trapped in a bad team. I'd love to see him somewhere else.
I think
But-
he would be top 3 easily if he got into a better team.
I could see it, yeah. He also, my one complaint about him is that at least like Jensen's worked to fix his roams. I don't think Froggen has. I have not seen Froggen leave his lane, or at least more than once per game, outside lane phase. And I think that's something he needs to work on. But beyond that, he's phenomenal. That's it.
I think.
Oh,
Oh, Babs? Does
Ooh.
Babs want to go first?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You.
I know this is a spicy one. What this guy has done for Phoenix 1. And I mean, give the man Corky and it's fucking game over. Put him back.
Oh, that is Ryu. Come on.
It works.
It's Ryu.
It's Ryu. Oh my god. Ryu, in my opinion, you give him Corky, he's going to win the game. He is literally, in my opinion, the biggest rock for Phoenix 1 that they can group around, that they can base what they're off of. I think he's mechanically very good and he's very underestimated. He's
Alright.
like, if you watched him in, I know it sounds really shitty for Phoenix 1. If you watched him in the relegation matches, the guy is a flippin' genius. I just don't think he's on the right team for him.
I think Ryu's bad. He has not shown up at all this split. I have not seen anything impressive by him, so I have to disagree with you. He's just been kind of like a non-existent person. Like, so non-existent that I don't even know if he made my list.
Well, so is...
Alright. Talk about Pole Belter?
Yeah, that one.
Alright. Pole Belter is fucking... He's a good mid laner. Really good, solid mechanically. Good roaming. Good team fighting. He's just good at mid lane. The man knows how to play mid lane. Thing is that he's just not as shiny as Jensen Bigger and Hoo. He's just not as shiny as they are. He doesn't have that kick ass, that I'm gonna win the game because I'm that good. He doesn't have that. He's just a very consistent, very good team mid laner. So that's why he's at 5.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep that ball rolling and roll us into your number 6.
Hell yeah. It's my number 6. My number 6 is
Ryu.
Ryu. Yeah, my number 6 is Ryu, actually.
Oh, was it? He
Yeah.
didn't even make my list.
Hey, man.
Oh, by the way, as what everybody's seeing on my screen right now, we can change our lists because it's based off of opinion, and opinions can change.
Bring a convincing enough argument, I cannot change my mind. Alright, Babs, what's your number 6?
What's my number 6? Get off my
Ryu.
fucking square, you piece of shit.
There he is. Ba-da-da.
Oh, get him out of here, please.
Get the man. Get him out of here.
Alright, I'll talk last. James, Ryu. Hit me with
Ryu is kind of. I mean, he's definitely good, but he's not as good as Pole Belter. Like, Pole Belter is just better than Ryu in like every conceivable
What
way.
happened to
of how you
Ryu
play
is
mid lane.
shit, you disagree.
Shut up, hoo hoo. Same.
Alright,
Ryu is shit. I just don't like him. I don't know why. I just don't like him at all. But he can play mid lane, but everybody below him is more shit than he is. So I kind of have 6. That's my shtick. He can play the game, but he doesn't do much of anything. He's just kind of there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Babs. Hoo-hoo.
I feel like yeah, this one's a tough one because I also, like, when I look at the list, I feel like he's way too low, but then I look at who's on the rest, and I feel like he's perfectly where he's supposed to be. Because he's really good in a sense, but he's just not that impressive to me. I feel, oh, fuck you, dude.
Nah.
Who he? I feel like he's just very. Yeah, he has sleeper pocket picks that are very awkward and keep things interesting. The only thing that's going for him is like his extreme roaming, which is very fucking good. But
Yeah, dude.
the rest just doesn't seem too impressive to me. Like,
Alright, I'm willing to argue that point. Because I would have agreed with you for talking like 2 splits ago.
yeah.
But James, what the fuck are you doing right now?
Tapping on my arrow keys.
Nice. It's as loud as it. Anyway, sorry, got off track. I honestly believe that the only reason CLG is in semis right now is because of Hugi. He's been like Envy would have knocked them out if Hugi wasn't on that team right now.
I actually kind of agree.
He's playing actually phenomenally this
But
entire
CLG,
split.
I'm against CLG, so this fucker's in the middle.
Alright. Still saying he's playing out of his goddamn mind. Like, if this was like a this split only power rankings, he might. Nah, he'd probably still be 3 for me. But regardless, oh God, I can't say enough about him. People always think that it's just his like weird pocket picks that he excels on, and it's not. The guy's great on Talia. The guy's great on Cassiopeia. Oriana's great too. The man he plays meta phenomenally. He plays pocket picks out insane. Best roaming laner, best roamer, and a good laner. Yeah. So good. I look at everyone else on my list. I see like a Froggen. Froggen like he lanes as well as Froggen and roams 10 times better.
I would agree.
Who he roams better than Pobelter and lanes better than Pobelter. I cannot put who he lower than 3rd in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, I think Froggen's better just as a laner. He's just on a shit team because I can tell you, as someone who plays almost nothing but roaming mid laners,
It's hard to roam properly.
It's hard to roam properly, and it's also like if your team is ass, then you're just if you're like not if your team is ass, but like if all three of your lanes are losing, it's really hard to roam because you're just like, fuck. I have to keep my lane up, but if I go to their lane, they're already behind. They may not back out, so I'm gonna just keep focusing on my lane, and it's just.
It's also a miracle how he manages to stay even in CS despite not being this lane half the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, your list. You're entitled to your opinion. I just think it's garbage.
Fuck you.
You're good. Is there anything else you want to say on Hoogie?
I don't know. I'm just not impressed.
Alright. What's the guy have to do? Suck you off.
Well,
It's
yeah.
Keen.
Why is he there?
Come on, he's not that bad of a player.
I don't know. That Hecarim.
That was like 3 seasons ago at this point.
I know.
And he won? Okay. Anyway. We're talking Gravity Days, God.
God,
So.
that was terrible.
But they were good. Yeah, until I got to playoffs and they were awful.
Yeah, that was the story of Gravity. Fucking seeing Vicious as the coach.
In my eyes, the only thing we can mark up against Keen is that he is wildly inconsistent. Beyond that, he plays the meta well. He plays Cassiopeia phenomenally, like slightly lower than Jensen phenomenally,
Hot damn.
and he has some zany pocket picks, granted that we haven't seen this season, which I'm very sad about.
Me too.
Where's the Hecarim? Where's the Renekton? Where's the Soraka? Give me some spicy. But anyway, this guy's playing well. Recently he hasn't brought, like, he's not like a star power. Like, you don't say, damn, Keen's popping. Sometimes you say that. Barely. But recently he's been going consistent. Going even in lane. And for Dignitas with Someday and a vastly improved bot lane and a spiking jungler, that's what you need. And I think he's doing very well.
Alrighty.
I think it's James. No,
It's your turn, Chewy.
I think it's Babs.
No, it's
Babs for
Babs.
7. Alright, Babs, hit me number 7.
What is my number 7? My number 7 is, hey, how about that?
Key.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have Key twice. That's some fake news right there.
That's some fake news. Fake news! Niski. Oh my god, you're giving him too much.
I got Niski. James? Get him out of here. Rate him 1 spot lower than that. Come on. Alright, Babs. Why is Keen 7?
Dude, his Talia is fucking crisp.
It's pretty. His Cassiopeia is phenomenal.
His Cassiopeia is really good. He's just, I think he's like, he's the Zig of mid laners. He's not like impressive, but he doesn't have too many lows to really be impactful, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think he's just a stable mid laner. If anybody in solo queue wants to like base themselves off of a mid laner, let it be this guy, because
I wouldn't take it that far. Please don't play Hecarim in my ranked games mid lane.
No. don't. Okay, first of all,
Please let it there.
please don't go out of meta. But when you're in meta, please follow Keen's steps. Like, try to be that mid laner that's not over the top, but not under, you know?
Also,
I would disagree. Try and be Jensen.
Fair.
Oof.
I would disagree with the fact that you say that Keen is consistent. I think he's inconsistent.
Interesting. I've only seen him to be consistent.
I've seen some bad games out of Keen.
I've
And
seen
I've seen
some
some
real
great
bad-
games out of Keen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And for me, the average is out of 6. He averages out as below average. But good.
Okay.
James
Keen. Keen is kind of like Zig a little bit too for me. I feel like number 7 is the Zig spot. We're just like, are they unimpressive? Put them in Zig. Keen plays quite well. He's got some fucking zany ass bullshit that he can just pull out of his ass sometimes. But seriously, Keen, he plays pretty well. He doesn't really play like amazingly well, but he has a few choice champions that he's actually a fucking monster on. Like his Cassio, his Talia, but everything else is kind of like,
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? Why is Niski Doodles so high?
I need you to get rid of Niski right now.
I can't do that. The man's played fantastically. Like,
You're
granted,
gonna be so pissed at me when you see where I put it.
I'm well aware you guys probably have him towards the bottom. But in my eyes, if you ever look at like the rookie of the split pools, granted there's only 3. But Niski honestly, he came fairly close to Mike Young. I think he lacks the explosiveness that like Mike Young brought to the scene. But Niski's had like 2 bad games, and he's been like subbed on and off the team with Pyrian. So I think if he's not that he's in the starting position on Envy, they've been phenomenal. I mean, anything's better than Ninja, but still, he's been playing so well. Not so well. He's been playing well. He's going even. He's not winning lanes. He's going even pretty much every lane possible. And he plays team fights actually. Not team fights. He plays skirmishes actually very well. He gets lost in team fights sometimes. I think that's just one thing you can fault him on. Is that his positioning in team fights can be faulty, but his skirmishes, his 2v2s, his 2v3s, his 3v3s are great.
Mm.
And I think that less so than being number 7, he's just better than the next 4 mid laners I have.
Yeah.
Wow.
What the fuck, Babs?
Hey, he's a 5th, 6th. Alright. Anywho, I think I'm next for number 8.
I think so, man.
It was worse than Niski.
Who?
Ryu.
Solid.
Colin can be very disappointed in me.
Golden Glue. Okay. I'm surprised Golden Glue wasn't number 1, honestly.
Golden
This
Glue.
one-
My,
Yeah, man. Alright.
There's no Golden Glue on my list.
Yikes. Anyway, I'll lead off with Ryu. If we're looking at Spring Split, this guy's actually great. I have best of number 4 or 5. This isn't Spring Split, unfortunately. This is Summer Split. This is a split where he was actively subbed out for Pyrian because his performance was suffering a good bit.
I heard he got a depression spiral and he just felt really depressed.
Yeah, he's like, I haven't had time off in like my 5 years of playing. So he took some time off. He came back, and after he came back, he still got subbed out with Pyrian.
oh, creamy.
I mean, he's a great player. I think something is happening in P1 more than anything else.
Oh no, I think it's been.
I think that team should be winning.
Did you see what happened with like Special Cried, man?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like the team should be playing.
Yeah.
Like they should be winning more often. I think like it's.
I think it's an organizational issue.
Yeah, it's one of the league's greatest mysteries. When like wow, like number 3 team
Doesn't
last year,
shit the bed that hard.
and then they're like awful at the beginning of summer, and they're like, okay, I don't get this. Look up, they'll bounce back. Rift Rivals hits. They're crushing the EU teams pretty damn hard.
Oh my god, they kicked the shit out of Fnatic. They were kicking so much ass.
And they come back and they still can't win a game. And it's like something's happening. Regardless, Ryu was part of the problem in P1 this split. He was getting solo killed way too often, and it was happening beyond halfway point in the map. Like he was extending and just miscalculating trades. And then when you do that often,
You become a problem.
yeah,
Okay.
I think he has potential to be number 3 or 4. But this split, I would not have him that high.
Okay.
I would agree.
I think it's James. Hit me with your Niski.
Yeah. I don't know enough about Niski to accurately place him higher. I've seen him do average, and I've seen him do bad. I haven't really seen him do much else. I haven't seen him do, like, terra bad. But he hasn't done great. And so I put him at number 8 because he's good. He's okay. But he just hasn't done anything impressive, and he hasn't really, stayed consistently average either. So, there's that. That's why he's there.
Hit me with your high pick, number 8.
I feel like high. He was last split supposed to be like, god of everything, and he did come back with kind of a fury. I feel like mechanically he's really good. I feel like plays he's decent. And I was about to say he's also shot calling is a little iffy. He's shot calling a game as a mid laner, which is sort of unheard of because usually shot callers are the supports
Or the junglers.
And High being the shot caller as a mid laner shows that he's taking more on his shoulders, and it's just I don't think he's good enough to be compared to the rest above this list, unfortunately. But High is just he's a different breed in my opinion. He's old. He shouldn't have come back, but
Should have been a coach.
yeah, I feel like he makes a better coach than he does a player. But I mean, he's still in LCS,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He hasn't been relegated or anything, so he'll be back next time.
A collapsed lung couldn't keep him out of playing.
Yeah, seriously.
A bad
Okay,
split.
I'm gonna go with my next 2, actually.
Next 2. All right.
The reason why, because they
Alright.
both fucking suck, and they are so interchangeable. I don't care what order they are in, but boom.
Duh.
Oh, God.
Yikes. All right.
All right. Let's just get this out of the way so we can all agree.
Yogglet.
God,
Hey, my
I
name's
haven't
Yogglet.
I have him written down in the other fucking field though, as an ADC.
I have him written down in both. That's the last one. So bad stock. Tell us about High and Golden Glue.
High in Golden Glue? Are you kidding me? I put
No, Golden Glue and Niski.
They both fucking suck. That's all I have to say.
All right.
And I also don't know enough.
All right. Chewy, talk about Golden Glue.
Yeah.
And your last one. Put your last one in there.
I have 3. I'll throw them in there, I guess.
All right.
Yeah. Oh god, that's just not how that's supposed to work.
No. Oh no.
Ah!
Pyrene. Golden. The golden child.
Try that again.
It was Golden Glue
One of
though.
these is not working. Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties.
Oh my god. Pyrene? Who the fuck is Pyrene?
Period.
I
Golden Glue.
Golden glue.
okay.
Alright. So golden glue. I think if we're talking about career, he's not on the list. If we're talking about this split, he's number 9. I'll talk about
God.
this split. So before they brought in Mickey, he actually had a phenomenal week
Yeah.
where he was playing straight to Leah, having a gale of time, doing so well. I forget what he did. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Back when they won a series against, I don't fucking remember. But Golden Glue popped off. The camera slowly pans to Golden Glue sitting there with sunglasses on, posing for the camera. It's a juicy meme. Beyond that, Golden Glue is a solo queue star with stage issues.
Yes.
That's about it. If we played LCS from home, I think he'd be phenomenal. We don't. Sucks to be him. I love the man, all boy for life. But I mean, I hate to say it. High number 10. The intangibles that he at least used to bring, whereas like this man is a shot calling genius. Everyone won't shut up about High shot calling, and understandably so. Like, it was pretty absurd what C9 like fucking plugged and played with High, where it's like, all right, we're dipping, we can stick High as a jungler, right? Yeah, we can still make Worlds from 7th place, and they did, and they did it again and put him as support for that to get to fucking playoffs. It's like, okay, so he's a phenomenal League of Legends player, or at least his shot calling and game sense is phenomenal. His laning, on the other hand, is actually atrocious. Probably the worst in the league. I think that's part of because he has to manage so much for that team to even be decent. But having a burden is not an excuse in my eyes. Your performance is your performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Varian, he's there.
That's it.
He's okay in every sense of the word. And that's it.
I have High, Golden Glue, and
The
Piglets.
God Piglet.
The
I
mid
agree.
lane prodigy.
Midland, baby. Mister, I didn't lose a single lane. He did though. He solo killed Jensen.
Yeah,
Hell
that
yeah.
was.
That's his only thing he did well with lane.
Yeah.
He played a Kadari.
Sure.
Everything else is awful. And even then, he had like 2 awful Ari games.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But continue.
Hat number 9. The man has never been good as a laner. He just has not been good as a laner. He has never been mechanically good as a laner, except for maybe his very early days. Like, his ability to pilot champions is just not on the same level as the other mid laners. However, though, I think that if he had the potential, like if he had not the potential, if he didn't have so much pressure coming in onto him from mid lane, since mid lane is so, like, in mid lane, early trading and early brawling, not brawling, but like early fighting in mid lane between the lane opponents is so crucial now, because it's all about who can get wave control. High just does not have the mechanical nor technical ability to properly fight the LCS mid laners. However, though, he is smarter than almost all of them in a shot calling sense, except for maybe Huhi and Bjergsen. Like, this man is a shot calling monster, but he's so bad and he just can't fucking play the game. Like, seriously, he can play the game, but he just can't fucking do anything. But he can shot call real well. That's it. Golden Glue, give this man to Leah. He's number 6. Take him off, put him on anything else. He's number 10.
True.
Piglet is
And-
Piglet.
Piglet is Piglet. Get this man out of the LCS. Break his fingers so he can't play League of Legends anymore.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Okay, so I guess that concludes our mid lane.
Our mid lane list. Yeah.
This next list I am hyped for.
I'm hyped for AD carry.
I'm almost hyped for support, but I think AD carry is probably a little controversial as well.
The thing is, for me, AD carry is the position I'm trying to like learn how to play in League. And
Yeah.
so this means a lot to me. Like this entire list and how I try and build myself as an AD carry and base it off of. So
Fair.
yeah.
All right, well, let's say we got so much chutzpah. Kick us off.
Me? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I bet y'all are gonna disagree with me, but actually y'all are gonna fucking agree with me.
Yeah.
James?
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, all you double lift haters out there. I don't like him either, but he's very clearly the best AD carry.
All right,
In
good
the
job,
league.
guys. Y'all have the right opinion.
You all have the right opinion.
His mechanics are good. His team fighting is excellent. His macro is
Definition
good,
of an
so
ADC
it's just-
is double lift. I can't say anything better about this guy. If you wanna, go to his stream and he actually gives you tips, and the time he takes into making every single thing he does so precise and so pristine, it's on a whole different level.
See, I can only think of 2 better AD carries, but they just happen to not be in NA, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
if you
No,
watch
yeah,
this
I'm
guy
like-
on stream, this
I'm like,
guy
I
is
have him as like my
god.
number 3. Probably, in the world at this point.
Yeah.
I think that when it comes to double lift and being an AD carry,
Oh, by the way, I didn't have an 11th,
I think
but
that he's the only AD carry that I have ever watched and thought that his play was pretty.
yes.
Like I saw him do something like
You
there
see
was like
plays, you're like, holy shit,
just like-
man, that's
I was
crisp.
just like, God, like watching him play, I'm just like, that was just fucking pretty. Like there's no other word to describe it. He plays the game
Oh, yeah.
beautifully.
What I remember most distinctively at this point was Rift Rivals kicked in, right?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Playing double lift plays like pretty much exclusively Ash. And if you want to go back and watch that tournament, every game he's played, I forget which game it was, he actually did not miss a single arrow despite firing it off cooldown.
Oh yeah.
And
And it would be cross map too. Just
it's really
boom.
goddamn ridiculous.
like
this
this.
man is mechanically sound, macro sound.
He,
He
di-
has a complete package. He's smug as shit, and he can back it up.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's not like Dardog, who's like, oh fuck all of you, and then just completely shits the bed.
He's not toxic.
No.
He just likes smack talk.
Yeah. And he does it, and he can back up his smack talk. Like, just recently, the last time Poe Belter was in the finals, I carried his ass.
Classic.
But I just want to start this off real quick. I didn't have an 11th, but I'm going to put my 11th in right now.
Yeah, 80 carries the one spot.
True.
Let me take a gander at what you put. Nice.
That's my 11th.
Actually, I want to change my answer, actually.
I want to change my answer, actually. You're not going to put him at number 1. You better not.
Fucking watch me.
I'm sorry, I think Double Lift is far better than I'm a Cutie Pie. As much as I'm a Cutie Pie says he's really good, and I think he's actually phenomenal. Double Lift is just so much better.
You see my
Dude, I'm
double fucks. Yikes. Sorry, that's a failure team anyway.
Okay,
Yeah. Alright.
number 2.
Alright, that's good. Please. So, James, number 2.
My number 2. I want to say, let me see. Yes, thought so. Cody's son.
Woo.
Are you sure you're looking at your spreadsheet? Because that's not what I want to put.
Yeah, I'm sure. Looking at my spreadsheet.
Because I meant to put Cody White. Okay, there it goes.
Cody
That's also
Dunn.
not Cody's son.
Oh, this is where I differ.
Hmm.
I'm just joking. I
Me as
actually,
well.
I boy, has this guy stepped up a lot.
Yeah, when he first got into Immortals, it was like, dear God, my eyes.
Cody, run!
Yeah, it's like you
Cody!
can tell this man he's playing his first games competitively.
Cody
Where it's
done.
Like he's, I think, oh god, his first game was so hard to watch. Where he was like, it's like 10 minutes, he's down like 40 CS. It's like, you hate to see that happen to a guy.
Yeah.
But it's just because he did not know how to play competitively.
Yeah.
That was his first time
Wow.
playing. Flash forward to
Now,
at this point,
fuck.
a year's worth of play. He's great.
I feel like the growth that he has had is similar to contracts. This
Yeah.
man he's come from literally really bad to being really fucking good. And if he
Yeah.
keeps growing, he'll be at Double Lift's doorstep pretty fucking soon, you know?
No.
In my eyes, I think he's just like an upgraded version of Sneaky, at least right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
it.
still think Sneaky's a sleeper pick.
We'll get to that
Well,
when Secret
yeah.
comes up. James,
Yeah.
you got things about Cody's son?
First games on Immortals. Oh, good God. Poor man.
Cody.
Sucking Jin ulting in front of Ezreal's.
Actually, I just looked at
Jesus.
my list, and this is what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do. You're gonna be very like, what? But this is what I'm gonna do.
Oh.
You can
Just
put
sit-
Piglet at 11th.
Yeah. Well, it's out there, so
The secret's out.
the secret's out.
Other than that, though, he's just a really good, consistent player.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's just good.
Yeah, man, like, it's really hard to argue like solid points for him because he plays well.
And he plays really well.
Yeah, I was like he's what you should be aiming for to play as an AD carry.
Yeah.
When the team plays around him, he can carry. If they're not playing around him, he still offers substantial DPS or utility depending on the pick.
Yep.
He's great. All right, I'll kick off my number 30 then, since we all are just so agreeable today.
Yeah.
All right.
Yours is gonna be different. I knew
It is going to be different.
All right, I think it's Babs next.
All right.
This is where I start to disagree with you, Colin.
Hit me with your Sneaky. Yep, James. Oh,
Oh, get the fuck
Alright.
out of here, dude!
we got. Get you. You don't like CLG? That's fair. we
I
got-
know.
Discussion. You
Yes, we do.
wait. Do I have the floor?
You have the floor.
I had the floor. Apollo Price.
What a
cool
guy.
fucking name. Also, let me say that. I wish I was named
Yeah.
Apollo Price. Sounds like a fucking serial.
I'm
What,
a
not
god,
calling
but it comes at a
Grindy-
price.
Anyway, he's really good. Like he's never been, despite all of Apollo's, he's been the LCS for like 3 years at this point. I think.
I was about to
Yeah.
say he's very underestimated.
Yeah, like
I agree.
he's never been bad. And then you get to this split, and he's actually good. I think Apollo and Hakuho are a lot of the reason why Envy's doing so well. That bot lane is competitive with and actively winning most bot lanes they go up against in lane. And Apollo plays team fights extraordinarily. 'Cause with AD carry, there's this really fine line that you have to traverse with optimal range as far away from danger as possible, but as close as you have to be to deal optimal DPS.
Yep.
And Apollo skirts that line phenomenally.
Yeah.
And that's really what I respect about him most, is that he's dealing absurd amounts of damage and he's never dying, which you're going to carry. That's your job. I think that I'm more impressed with Cody's son's growth, which is probably why I have him in front of Apollo. Actually, you know what? No. Fuck it. I actually think Apollo is better right now.
Hot diggity damn, that's spicy.
I'll put Apollo at number 2 and Cody's son is 3.
Interesting.
Because Because Apollo's doing pretty much exactly what Cody Sun's doing now, but he also has a long track record of being consistently, like, he's never shown blemishes in his career.
Yes.
And I think that is
I would
extremely
agree.
admirable, which, considering most pros cannot say that. That's mine.
I would say so. Yeah.
Babs, hit me with your sneaky.
Okay. I mean, I think we've also had a really long discussion about this, you know, and I know your guys' opinions on this man. This man, he might not be consistent right now, but the dude is more consistent than any 80 carry I've ever seen out there.
Yeah, if you get rid of like the last 6 weeks of play, or 4 weeks of play, the man's a picture of consistency.
But even then, it wasn't even like absolutely
it was
atrocious.
consistently subpar.
Well,
But still consistent.
No,
I'll give you that.
I don't even think it was like that bad, to be honest with you. I just feel like the shot calling with the team the last 6 weeks was just kind of and it got.
A lot of I'm not talking. You're talking. Sorry.
It's just I feel like when he was like a lot of C9's faults were just shot calling and it left the carries very out of position, but Sneaky has always played consistently. He has always been a great 80 carry, and he will forever, in my opinion, be compared to Double Lift. And everybody has him compared to Double Lift because those two are and have been the powerhouses compared to the rest. Like, yes, there's Cody's son, who I rate above Sneaky right now, but he hasn't proven himself to be comparable to Double Lift, whereas Sneaky has. So,
See that.
but also how long he has been in the league is amazing.
Yeah, he's been consistently in the same spot in the league forever.
So, it's just, to me, how long he's been in this league and how well he's played over that time is why he's still stuck at number 3.
All right, James.
Oh,
6A.
God, I'm gonna puke.
6A, I think, is fucking great. He's a fucking phenomenal 80 carry. I think that he's better than Apollo, and he does Apollo's job better than Apollo does his job, to be completely honest. He's really, really consistent. His Caitlyn is, like, fucking terrifying. But the thing is with him is that it's like, oh my god, my couch is actually eating me.
Delicious.
The thing is that he has been slumping a little bit, but I still think that the games that are gonna matter, Stixay is gonna come back on top. We're gonna see him fucking duking it out with the fucking Koreans at Worlds, man. Like, I believe it. I believe that he can hold his own internationally. He can hold his own domestically.
He's not gonna make it to Worlds.
He's good. Stixay is excellent in my opinion, and the rest of you can fuck off.
Well, I would have agreed with you last year.
That's reasonable. Alright, I think it's my turn to do number 4, right?
Yeah. Let me just say a quick thing about my list. It's that when I'm considering this entire list, I'm not doing like 50-50, unless like 50 is your past player experience and 50% is your current playing. It's probably more like 75 recency, 25 history. Because
I'm more of like a 60-40. Current, 60 current, 40 past.
yeah, because
I'm along the lines of Babs.
I value what's happening now much more than what the fuck you did 5 years ago.
Yeah, because you want to see what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, I was like, people can just turn nameplates off, and there you go.
Yeah.
Like, if you're playing like shit, but you're, like, if Faker starts playing horribly throughout an entire split, I'm not gonna have him as a number 1 mid laner anymore.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so.
That's reasonable.
So that's why you might look at my list and say, why the fuck is Shrimp number 4 and Ryu number 8, something like that.
That is reasonable. There's my number 4.
the snack. Fab?
My number 4 comes in as.
Hey, there he is. Boss back in town. Alright,
Ew.
Okay.
here I am. I'm
Alright.
just all over the place. Forgive me. Alright.
Give me
James,
1 minute.
talking about
There you go.
the memeiest player in League of Legends.
Yes. The fucking meme master himself, Mr. Sneaky.
Dude, Sneaky's
Sneaky.
awesome.
I fucking love Sneaky. Don't get me wrong. Sneaky is by far my favorite
Speaking
LCS
of
player.
Sneaky,
Like just
let's
as a
see if he's
personality, he's
strumming.
fucking great.
Is he strumming?
Sneaky. This man though is the prime rib picture of consistency. He doesn't dip. He doesn't shoot for the stars. He's just fucking good. He's dipping right now. But I think that I feel like part of that is also contributed to the fact that his team is currently kind of meh right now, like as a whole. Like Jensen's fucking Jensen. Jensen's doing phenomenally, but overall Sneaky is just kind of the rest of the team is doing meh, and Sneaky consistent. AD carry is a position that I believe reflects how your team is doing. If your team is doing meh, then you're going to be doing meh. If your team is doing wonderfully, then you're going to do wonderfully. If your team is doing garbo, then you're going to be doing garbo. There's been very few AD carries that can break that mold and be consistently good no matter how their team is doing. Because as an AD carry, the position inherently relies on the team. You rely on them for peel and safety and to set you up, because most of the champions in the AD carry position either bring initiation crowd control like Varus and Ashe, which means you depend on your team to follow up, or they bring a fuckload of damage and they need their team to start things off with them. And so, since you're so dependent on your team, if your team's slumping, you're going to slump more so than otherwise. However, though, when Cloud9 is doing well, which is most of the time, Sneaky looks great. He looks like exactly what the team needs, and so that's why he's my number 4, because he will consistently stay up near the top, always. So there's that.
All right. Babs, number 4.
Apollo, he's same reasons why you pointed him out. He's been in here for a while and he's proven himself to be very good. There's never been a time he's been like bad. Like there's never been a time where I've looked at him and went, ugh! You know, like he's just very good. And now he's stepping up his game. And Team Dignitas now no, he doesn't play for. That's all tech. Never mind.
He's on Envy.
He's on Envy. I know.
I get mixed up too. When I said Apollo and Hakuho were destroying bot lanes, like, yeah, they're on Envy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think he's just being really good right now, and I think he's another reason why Envy got to quarters.
Agree. I think they should have been semi. It's just.
I don't think they should have been semi. Fuck Seraph, dude.
That's just me. Honestly. All right, I'll take. He's good.
Yes.
He's a good player.
He's good.
I think. How do I want to paint Altec?
I know, it's like painting a picture with these picks.
As a phenomenal team fighting AD carry and an okay laner. I think in lane, he's alright. He'll go even. He's not going to dwarf you with like a 30 CS lead randomly.
Yeah.
And he plays meta. He plays Misfortune sometimes. It's good.
Yep.
But part of Dignitas's recent success, a lot of it comes through their bot lane. Adrian has stepped up massively, and so has Altec to back. Because Keen has been stepping up, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Shrimp, despite the glory I gave him, isn't that high up. I attribute a lot of success to someday still being fantastic and their bot lane
Don't die.
astounding. He's playing well. Like, I can't point out a game, especially like in playoffs in recent weeks, where it's like, wow, there goes all tech. Like, if only he was, like, I don't know, DPSing better. Hardly ever can I say that about him. A lot of these AD carries do a great job of skirting the line between doing damage and playing safe. And Apollo, Cody Sun, and Altec for me all kind of fit in that same sort of boat, where they're pretty much what you want to aim for. Double is the exception of, like, just because he does
God.
better than anybody else. Like, he's an 11 out of 10. These guys are 9 out of 10s. My eyes. Alright. That's all I gotta say. Number 6. It's me.
It's you? Oh, fuck. I didn't know you were that good.
Oh, number 5. I can count.
Yeah, number 5.
Yeah, it's still me. Okay. That's where Sneaky Boy comes in from.
I was gonna say, I'm like, he's gotta be like number.
He can't be below 5. Like, this is Garbo. You're fucking stupid.
Alright, Babs.
These corn chips are already salty. I'm gonna put pepper on them, see what I get.
All tech.
Salt and pepper. James?
This was a mistake.
I agree.
I don't know what compelled you, but
Salt and pepper.
no, I don't even think that would compel anybody.
Agreed.
When you've got THC in your blood.
Okay, okay, let's go through it all.
Alright. I'll kick us off with Sneaky.
The guy I'm currently watching on Twitch.
Yeah. He's great.
Gosh.
He's laying it on people actually right now.
Yeah, it's like he is consistently, and I think at pretty much every point in his career, been the number 2 AD carry in the league.
Yes.
For small windows, number 1. For small windows, number 3.
Mhm.
But he's never dropped beneath that until a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
where people talk about Cloud9, they say the team is failing, and beyond the top lane, they can't point to anywhere else what's failing. Because Contract's playing well, Jensen's still Jensen, Smoothie's still probably one of the best supports in the league. So, what's happening here? And I had to rewatch the C9 Dignitas series, and I focused a lot on the bot lane. And Sneaky just had a lot of mechanical issues, which is rare for him.
Yeah, his mechanics are usually amazing.
Yeah, I was like, usually, like, he's
Oh,
not gonna get caught. He's not gonna die with flash up. He's not gonna die with just on a jump up. He's not gonna do these types of things. But he's playing the entire series and weeks before it as well. He's playing really far forward. He's getting pushed out of lane. He's just not playing fantastically, which is a peculiar sight. Like, I would gladly rate Sneaky as number 2 if I think he warranted that position. And I think historically, by far, I'd have number 2. Right now, he's not playing that fantastically. Going into the gauntlet, I'd have him as number 5 AD carry.
going into the gauntlet, out of all the ones going to the gauntlet, I feel like he's number 1.
Everyone else in the gauntlet, I mean, he's better than Wild Turtle, and he's better than Stixay. But who else is there? Was it
All tech.
Dignitas?
He has all tech and
Just all tech.
yeah, just all
Cody.
tech.
Yeah,
Cody's
it's all
already in the finals.
Yeah. Poor Apollo's not even in the gauntlet. Feels envy, man.
Well,
Feels bad.
But yeah,
here's
that's all I
for
gotta
me
say.
to counter you. If you're gonna go on recent stuff, you should know that he has had a lot of health issues lately.
Sure.
Towards the end, it's probably because I know players do not play good at all when they're sick. I know when I play video games and I'm sick, I suck.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm willing to say the same thing I said with high. Just because, like,
Just because.
put high incredibly low because, I mean, I know you have to shot call for your entire team.
Yeah.
Seeing how it's FlyQuest, that's a goddamn miracle you're playing that well. That's not an excuse to play that poorly.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way with Sneaky. Like, I'm sure he's sick. I know for a fact that's probably impacting his performance. But just because it's not looking for excuses, I'm looking for where he's at right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like being sick doesn't change the fact that you're a number 4 AD carry when you should be number 2.
Yeah, I was like, sure, it's the reason behind it, but
It's
I'm
not
not
going to
put
change
you
anything.
at number 2 just because you're sick.
Yeah. I get that. I mean,
Yeah.
because, I mean, from what I've been watching lately, because I do watch Sneaky stream a lot. Because, dude, the guy's meme lord, why not? So, I do watch him a lot, and I feel like right now, going into the gauntlet, he's probably the strongest ADC going into the gauntlet. From how I'm watching him play.
I'd love him to prove me wrong. I enjoy watching Sneaky when he's playing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's like double lift. He's very beautiful when he does play well.
Yeah. You just fucking the KDA god in 2015. Jesus Christ.
Like the beauty in Sneaky is that you don't even notice he's there a lot of the time. Whereas like I'm dying, and I'm not sure how. And you hit death recap, and it says you took 79 damage from revive, but you also died from Sneaky.
Yeah.
All right, let's off that. Babs, hit me with your alt tech number 5.
Okay, Altec, I would say Spring Split, he sucked. But, I mean, he was on FlyQuest. But,
Number 14, FlyQuest, not bad.
I feel like, to me, I feel like right now he's stepping up, and that's why I'm putting him up higher than where I think he should be, is because he's stepping up. And from what I saw against Team Dignitas versus Cloud9, I thought, you know, he's like rewritten where he is in my mind, because he did kind of crush lane.
Yeah.
James, hit me with why Apollo is number 5. Hit me with why you're wrong.
Hey, fuck you. I think Apollo is number 5 because he hasn't, at least to me, done anything that makes him more than number 5. But he hasn't done anything that he hasn't like slumped though. Like Sneaky slumped from number 2 to number, and Apollo slumped from number 5 to number 5. I don't know. He's just been consistently middle of the pack forever. That's just my opinion on him.
All right.
Consistently just there.
You should watch MDCLG. That's a good series.
I will watch it. I will take a look see. Alright.
What was it? Babs, I think, is next.
Yeah, okay. Well, you guys are going to actually fucking disagree with me hardcore on this one. But I'm going with Last Split's MVP.
Oh. Arrow? Alright, there he is.
Alright.
Alright.
Just leaving it out there.
You ever realize how many 80 carries start with A?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Like Apollo, Arrow. Obelift, Odie-sun.
Afro move!
Hey, Afro Star, no, that's an AD carry, man.
It doesn't matter, he can be an AD carry. Remember when Stixay was sick last split?
Oh, yeah. God, who was that came in?
Oh,
like
boy.
Joey?
Yes, it was Joey.
Joey.
Joey was
God bless.
okay.
You know, Joey's my number 1 AD carry. Get Joey in there. Alright, so Babs, walk me through Arrow.
Wait, we gotta... Oh, wait, we all named number 6s. Okay. Arrow, I mean, he's very good. The lane that they had, X Special and Arrow, was actually pretty freaking good. I think Arrow's a great laner. I just feel like outside of lane, that's where he starts lacking because, it's Phoenix 1. But I feel like in lane he's mechanically good, and I feel like he knows what he needs to do, and I feel like with a little bit more practice, he's going to get better. And when he comes back, and probably on a different team, hopefully, he will probably be where he was last split.
Yeah. Alright, James.
Altec is okay. He's slightly worse than Apollo, so therefore he's the other okay. There you go. That's it.
Very reasonable.
Yeah. He hasn't done anything impressive. Unimpressive. He's just okay.
Gotcha. Very solid square.
Alright, I think it's my turn, right?
Now I gotta talk about Big Dixie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Go ahead. Tell us why Stixay is so fucking low. Why the fuck are you?
I mean, I would have him as like a number 2, number 3. If we're talking about MSI last year.
I was about to say, if we're talking about last year.
Damn, that was pretty hot.
I was like, I mean, he plays a phenomenal Caitlyn. But in a time where Caitlyn was a little strong, I will say.
Yeah.
Perhaps very strong. Perhaps 100% pick ban for a long time. Stixay, I think, is a lot like Wild Turtle, but less extreme, less volatile.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the fact that he'll go into fights, and then if it works out for him, he's done it. He gets like the 4-man spray and pray. It's clean. Like he goes for the optimal spot for DPS, not the optimal spot for safety. And if you do that and miss position, turns out your DPS goes down to 0 because you're dead or CC'd.
Yes.
And then that's not exactly the optimal DPS position. So I don't know. Everyone else around in CLG has stepped up, in my opinion. Darshan's gotten a lot better. Yeah. Who he's been phenomenal. Afro moves back on supports where he can be good on. Their jungler is okay. I mean, oh my god, it's alright. And Stixay is alright. I mean, he hasn't done anything to impress me this split at all. Nor last split, really.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's been just really consistent. And that's why I have him at number 3. He's been consistently like not a top performer, but pretty close.
There's been like a few games where like people expect Stixay to do really well, and he doesn't. And a lot of that, I'm not going to put on him. I'm going to put on the fact that CLG does not play around their bot lane.
What? Oh, fuck! I was just looking. Yeah.
And
that's true.
Because Afro is a fantastic roaming support, so Stixay is usually left alone. So he probably hasn't had the opportunity to show me that he's great, but regardless, I have not seen a lot out of him recently.
That's reasonable. I think Apollo, Altec, Keen. Let's see. Oh fuck, that's not it. Who's doing number 7?
You.
Me. Cool. Let's see here. Now y'all probably gonna disagree with me. Wild Turtle is my number 7.
Alright.
Yep.
Then it's me. With everyone's
homeboy Arrow. 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 Be whoop. Be whoop.
Mark Z, best you can care.
Yes.
Mark, motherfucking Zimmerman.
Okay.
What role did Mark Z play?
I think he's a support. I'm not kidding. I actually think he's a support.
I have no clue.
Number 7 for me.
Yeah. All right. So James, kick us off. Wild Turtle.
Wild Turtle. Let's see. Wild Turtle. So okay, this has always been my problem with Wild Turtle, alright? Always been my problem with Wild Turtle. Wild Turtle is what
wild.
I call stupid. Like, he's actually stupid. Like, mechanically, he's good. He does well in lane. His laning's good. But there are just some times in team fights where he just does something, and then you just look at him and you're like, is that how that works? What? Let me take off my glasses and clean them so I can relive the atrocity that I just saw. Like, that is how Wild Turtle do. He's just
There's been some unique flashes from Wild Turtle.
Yeah, there are just moments where you're just watching him play and you're like, all right, he's having a good game. Oh, he picked up a kill here. That's really good. And then it's just like flashes into 4 people and dies, and you're just like,
Alright. I got a question for you though. You're talking about Wild Turtle like he's your 11th place pick. Why would you have him not 9th or
not 9th, 8th or 9th? Because in my opinion, the 8th or 9th places are worse.
All right.
Yeah, because Wild Turtle has moments of brilliance.
He does. He's a flash in the pan.
Yep, and then he has moments of stupidity.
Probably more than brilliance.
Yes, but the other people don't have
tries.
moments of brilliance. He tried. That's the important thing, right, kids?
He gets out of bed in the morning and he says, "God damn it, I'm gonna try."
Yeah. All right. I'll take that.
All right. So I have Arrow.
Yep. Arrow's looking pretty spicy.
I'm an Arrow fan.
I am too.
In fact, so much. I'm gonna put him at number 6 instead.
Damn, me and Colin agree on something. What a fucking miracle.
Yeah. So, oh jeez, here I go again.
All the A's are together.
Yeah, no, oh jeez, what's happening with every? Oh god, no! What help? Having a stroke. All right, there we go. So, Arrow plays phenomenally. He's a phenomenal player, in my opinion, in a shitty situation. The man has played with, let's see, what was it? Shady.
Yeah.
He's played with
Gate.
Yeah. Fuck, who? I can't remember his name.
Shady. He's played with so many fucking.
There's another S. I really cannot remember for some reason.
Well, I mean,
Stunt.
Stunt.
Yes.
And he's played with
Stunt.
Big.
I think
played
Stunt
with
was worse
Special.
than Shady.
And also Big.
And now he's landing with Vic Special, which I think is those two are good together.
I hope.
But
yeah, they're good
he's
for each
played
other.
with 4 or 5 supports, just in like this split. And bot lane is not a solo.
Bot lane is not a solo lane.
What a twist, right? Play with a
Yeah.
support, and you need a solid synergy with your support. And it's really kind of hard to do that when you get a new support every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think he's just a great to carry in a shitty scenario, and it hurts me to put him solo.
Yeah,
When
for me too.
He was the MVP last split. Granted, there's a lot of controversy around that last voting poll, but he was there. And I would love to see him higher up, but to no fault of his own, he's playing poorly.
Alright. That's reasonable. What about you? Why is Stixay low?
Stixay is give
Agreed.
last year, 2 years ago, whatever, how long ago it was when he was good, he would be up there. But right now, I see nothing special with him. I see
fire.
I see France.
I see France. Stixay.
So like,
Stixy.
he's just not special to me. Everybody hypes him up too much. I don't see the hype behind it.
I would agree that he's a little right.
Okay.
All right.
I could also agree.
Number 8 goes to Hey,
Yes,
why
it
am
is.
I dick saying now?
Sticks.
Who's twisted my words? That took way too long for me to fix. All right. Next up, everyone. Fave, summoner, spell, abuser. Wild turtle.
True.
Babs, number 8. Keith. James.
All right. Boop.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I'll lead off with Wild Turtle. Pretty much exactly what you said, where he has Stix's issue, but to a much harsher degree.
Yeah.
Like, he cranks it up to fucking overdrive, where give the man Twitch, and he will look for the greatest angle of DPS with his ult. And he will get there, but he might get 7 shots off. He might get 1. Because he's flashing into that angle, and he's doing so with no other support there to back him up.
Yep.
Doesn't help that he's landing with probably one of the worst supports in the league.
Yes.
Where do I
it's just-
have his support as? Oh, yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
So yeah, Wild Turtle, I think, can be higher up. I am not willing to put him higher this season, at least.
No, I agree. Wild Turtle's ass.
Yeah, TSM did a good job taming him. The whole
Oh, dude.
only flash backwards.
I was really impressed that they could keep him contained as well as they did.
Like, Turtle's a phenomenal AD carry a lot of the time. Like, he was with TSM for like 5 splits, I think.
Yeah, and then Double
First
F
game,
took over.
first game, pentakill. Like, this man's a monster.
Yeah.
Came back afterwards, but I think a lot of that success can be contributed to TSM.
Yeah.
And not him.
Or organizationally.
Yeah.
Because every time we've seen Wild Turtle removed from TSM, his play has diminished. Less so on Immortals, but I think Immortals also has a fantastic support structure behind them. And a lot on FlyQuest, who I think has no structure behind that team.
I think that they're actually 5 potatoes in a bag,
Yes.
just flopping around.
Babs.
Keith.
Keith.
I know it's gonna sound very odd. I just don't know much about him, but I know he's been consistently one of the lower end ADCs, and I feel like he's better than Wild Turtle. So.
He's meh.
I'll talk about Keith when I get to him.
Oh no. Are you gonna prove me wrong?
I will argue for something. James. Arrow
Alright.
at number 8. Beneath
Yes.
Turtle.
Arrow. So you know how I said that Turtle has moments of brilliance? Well, those moments of brilliance, in my opinion, outweigh the pure why that is Arrow. Because it's like, I feel like with this man, he doesn't do anything anymore. Like, back in spring, oh man, give this man a medal. Give him the fucking gold star. Give him the 10 out of 10. In summer, he's just not doing anything of value. He's just like there. He's there, and he sometimes does damage in team fights, and that's pretty much the whole thing. Whereas, what's his name? Wild Turtle, yeah, he'll flash into fights and not be smart, but he'll also have times of, but he'll also have moments of brilliance where he, like, blows people up.
I just bring myself.
Well, I don't fucking salsa half the time. But, but no, he'll have like moments where he's just like blowing people up and doing well, but he also has moments where he blows up. And Arrow just doesn't have either of those, but Arrow's just really, really mediocre point where he's like almost bad. So
True.
there's that.
My only counterpoint is that I don't think you can pin that all on Arrow.
No.
Yeah, no,
Take
I
off the
agree
team.
you can't, but it doesn't change the fact that he's still bad.
Uh,
Alright. Your a tile to your opinion, despite how wrong it is.
You
Number
wanna
9.
Fight, you
Baz.
sack of garbage.
Number 9. Well, whoop-de fucking do. Guess who finally showed up on my list?
Is it turtle?
It's fucking
Wild
Wild.
turtle. Wild turtle.
Okay, we're done.
It's Piglet.
You're putting Piglet that high up there?
Jesus,
Number
man.
9. That high up.
That's really fucking high for Piglet.
Are you
man.
kidding me? Look at where I put I'm a cutie pie.
I'll take it
I'm
up.
not moving, I'm a cutie pie. I want you to know this.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I think
really
I'm a cutie pie's better than Piglet for sure. Piglet is
God.
bad.
taking the memes out of the scenario from you. James, hit me with your, I guess. Wait, are you there? Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm there.
Babs, why is Wild Turtle?
Oh, dude, Wild Turtle. I feel like he was good a long time ago, but now when he's shown back up with TSM and FlyQuest, he hasn't shown me much. He's basically shown me that he's good mechanically, and with a good team behind him, he can be good. But when he's alone and in a 1v1 situation, the dude will make stupid mistakes that you're just like, dude, come on. A bronze player can do better than you. Like, there's some plays where you see it, and I'm just like, that was the last option I would have picked. You know?
I've literally seen FlyQuest question mark ping Turtle's corpse, and it's fucking hilarious.
I know.
That's my favorite thing about FlyQuest is the fucking question mark.
Oh,
being
what
his
was it? It
corpse.
was somebody. There was just an LC. It was who went up against TSM just recently?
Dig.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dig.
yeah. The whole, like, that's a question mark ping play.
Yeah, and then all the fucking Dig need us is question mark pinging. And it was...
Yeah. That was a good meme. I feel like that happened. I know it's mid lane. It is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I remember Jao was taking it back.
Yeah, but basically, Wild Turtle is embodied by pings, question mark pings.
Wild Turtle is actually a question mark thing.
Truth.
In fact, I'm actually going to. There we go.
Same.
Just gonna change that up a bit. He's just so goddamn. All right, then it's my turn to talk about Keith, or
Yeah, it's your turn to talk about Keith, yo.
Keith is like Arrow but worse. He's like Arrow hasn't done anything this split. And granted, it's not all his fault. Keith hasn't done anything this split.
But
And it
worse.
is all his fault. Like he's just done nothing at all the whole time.
I disagree.
Like I don't know. I think
He's done a lot. Negatively.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's just bad. He's always been bad. Why is he still in the LCS? Seriously.
Well, I mean, why is Echo Fox in the LCS, and why haven't they gone to
Froggin'.
fucking relegations?
I love
Froggin'.
Mesnorg. I'm hoping that they, just like Liquid, somehow miraculously plotted a great roster. Because they have great organization, but a shitty team. It makes me upset.
Yeah.
The Echo Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great
Anyway.
org, great mid laner. Scrap everyone else, build the team again.
I noticed this AD carry's not on your guys' list yet. It's Piglet.
Woo! Yeah.
Best AD carry in the game, by far.
No, I disagree.
I hope to God you eat your own dick.
Yikes.
Jesus, man.
Anywho, Piglet was great 4 years ago. It's 2017 now. That's not the case. Piglet is, his whole shtick is he goes aggressive in lane, and a lot this split he goes aggressive to get advantages, and he doesn't win the duels.
Yep.
He picks bad fights.
Yep.
He pretty much gives himself a lane and can't do anything around the rest of the game. That's just of his own volition too.
Yep.
both with
I would
Kong
agree.
Quan and with Matt. It's like, okay, well,
Dude, it's because he thinks that he's still the best AD carry in the world.
he has an ego problem.
A really
Yeah.
bad one.
Yeah, that's why I'd recommend watching Team Liquid Breaking Point if you want some drama in your life. That's a phenomenal.
Maybe I could write a script about it because it's so dramatic.
It's a phenomenal fucking. It's like watching a soap opera on League of Legends.
What? Really?
Have you not seen it?
No.
Oh yeah, people are fucking yelling. Dardock's fucking pissed. Piglet's fucking depressed. It's great. Watch it.
Alright.
Anyway, there's only one AD carry I could think of who has been more of a detriment to his team.
Then it's Keith.
Spoiler alert. I don't have an 11th on my list.
So put I'm a cutie pie wherever you want to.
Because Keith is just not going over there. Oops. I would put Keith in both these. Actually, not. Leave that blank.
Put Cutie Pie there. Come on now, let's be real. Cutie Pie would do.
No. That's how big the gap is.
That's how big the gap is. Wow. Okay, well then, I'm just gonna put Piglet because it's obvious. I'm putting Piglet there because it's obvious, and
Yep.
And we all know where Piglet goes with me. Piglet
Alright.
goes right here, where he
Oh.
belongs.
I'll lead off with Keith then.
Yes.
Good God.
good God.
You can apply the same argument I made with Balls and apply it to Keith. Except Keith doesn't have the legacy Balls has. And that's
Yeah.
infuriating. Because Keith, coming out of solo queue, this man's a goddamn genius. Huh. Goes to Korea, he hits fucking Challenger in a couple days. People are like, what the fuck? He hits rank 1 in a few more days? It's like, wait, this guy's an actual prodigy. He plays in the LCS, and it's like watching a goddamn baboon discover a keyboard for the first time. His positioning is horrendous. Like, there was I won't say there's a time, but no, it's still continuing, where you watch, like, especially when Ash was meta, it was the worst. 'Cause
How many arrows
he-
does Keith miss a game?
No, it's not even that. It's how many arrows Keith gets hit by in a game.
True.
Like, the man has Flash and QSS, and he's still standing still for most of the game because he happens to be stunned.
That's the
Because
last
he's
thing you
hit
want
by every goddamn CC ability in the game.
to.
He's playing like a top laner playing Maokai, playing that on like a Caitlyn, and it's just, I've never been so appalled by someone's positioning in my life.
I agree. I think he's so bad. I have no idea how he's stayed in the LCS. I have no idea how somebody else hasn't subbed him out.
Feel free to argue with me as to why Piglet is worse than Keith.
Like, Piglet is worse than Keith.
Don't know too much about him.
Keith can lane to some degree.
No, he falls behind in minions too. Like he
What?
loses.
Every single game I've seen with Keith has been him going even.
I'm gonna look
At
up some
least
CSDs.
But
But at the bottom of this list, CSD is always gonna be fucking negative.
Alright,
yeah, but which is
Yeah, but
more negative?
continue with your guys' argument on some stats.
I'm
mean-
just gonna say this, and this is the only thing I have. I don't have too much information on Piglet. He tried to be a mid laner. And that's why he's at the bottom of the ADC. He's a traitor.
Traitor.
Dude, I went from 80 to mid lane. Am I a traitor?
Yes,
Alright.
because I went from support to bot lane, so I'm not a traitor.
Hey man, you can fuck right off. Mid lane is better than carry. Or at least for me, it's more fun. No, Piglet is just... Piglet to me is Keith with an ego problem to stack on top of it. Like, I just fucking puke when I watch Piglet play. Because I know that he's also being a toxic piece of shit. It's like... It's like watching... It's just like... Oh my god, he's so bad. And we've glossed over
we have to talk about my boy. I'm a cutie pie.
Oh, before we do that, I have some raw stats to share with you.
All right.
So Keith has 280 carries that are worse off in CSD. Them being Mash, the
Uh-huh.
Echo Fox 80 carry who played a couple games, like 2 or 3, and Lod, who I would put beneath Keith.
Yeah,
And
well,
that's,
it's pretty
but he's
nice.
also no longer in the LCS for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I think Keith's the hardest player.
Keith is the worst player.
Mhm.
I think I think that Piglet is like Keith with the same thing, except Piglet has personalities, and those two factor in to some degree.
It's a Keith
And if I
has
think,
his golden goose problem where he can't play on stage.
but until he was a fucking suit.
Yeah, but I guess it's that really, but it's just a somehow worse extent than Gold Blue,
Yeah.
where like the man suddenly drops from Challenger, rank 1 Challenger in Korea, drop and play like a goddamn Silver 4. It's
I agree.
I agree. It's bad.
all right. Well, I mean,
All right. Why is
Yeah.
Piglet worse than Keith? Babs.
Why is Piglet worse than Keith? I said I just don't
or
know.
your case Welter.
I don't know too much about Piglet. I just know he's been bad. So, and he's also an 80 carry that went mid lane. Traitor, treason.
I'll give you a synopsis of Piglet. He thinks he's a lot better than he is, and he's actually below average. That's about it.
Really below average.
It's not even that he's awful. He just plays like he's a lot better than he is, and then gets into awful deficits because of it. If he played like, if he had a decent idea of how he actually plays, I think he would be maybe a 6th tier.
But
He plays like he's number 1. Because of that, he's number 9.
I would agree.
Anyway, we have finished it to
Yeah.
carry.
We have to talk about though. I'm a cutie pie real quick.
I mean,
This man.
the man's a legend.
But,
It's like-
Man,
I
I mean,
feel like the
he's-
guy
he's
just
a
needs an
god.
LCS team that would want him back.
Yeah, I
That
agree.
means no more streams, no more content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that's probably
Cutie
why
Pie
he
is
didn't
the
want.
best.
He probably why he stopped.
Turns out the man makes a lot of money from streaming.
Oh, dude. Do you know what he said? Here's a quote from I'm a Cutie Pie legitly. Somebody donated, "Hey, why can't you like do grammar correct or like can you tell us the difference between or when are you going to learn the difference between
I remember then and then. Dude, man, it's
then-
too much fucking money to give a shit about that.
he literally dude, I make too much money to give a shit about that.
Yeah, I was like, he's honestly right. Like, he's the winner of the goddamn. Was it the Domino's pizza streaming?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. Anyway, I think we should move on to supports.
Yep, support. We have basically 15 minutes before I need to call it to get through this.
I think that we should save some
I didn't hear you.
video.
What did you say?
I might take up the whole 15-minute slot on my own.
Not 15 minutes. I meant like
50.
50.
50? Oh, then never mind. I think we're right.
Yeah, we got
All right. I want to kick off support then.
fire away, my man.
All right.
I think
Best
we're all probably
support.
number 1. I think that's pretty unanimous.
Best support in the league.
3, 2, 1.
Is
Yahtzee.
Ole. The man.
Can we get 3 of a kind?
Can we do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just fucking great. Great roams.
Does well on art on sensor support. Just fucking good. He's just fucking excellent. Best support in the league.
When I play support, he is exactly what I wish to be as a support.
I agree. I'm a Thresh one trick when it comes to support.
And then I don't main support.
I main support and I play a lot of other characters, but just when he roams, when he needs to, when he goes out, he's just, in my opinion, he's just fucking, he's legit.
Ole, 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 ole,
Colin.
ole, ole.
He's, I mean, the way he's playing reminds me of Mata,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
because he plays roaming engaged champions, specifically the hooking champions. Outstandingly, better than anyone else in the game.
Yeah.
And he's also shown that he can play the sensor supports just as well. So he's shown diversity on pretty much the two major types of supports. He's been the best at both types of supports. He's a fantastic roaming. He's paired well with Smithy as a jungle support duo. He's paired well with Cody's son as a bot lane. There's nothing else I can say
The
about him.
dude
His
has
warding
a
is fine.
massive champion pool, like absolutely massive.
Yeah, he's his Morgana is like he's like the one support with a pocket pick. Besides like maybe Adrian Soraka. Is
Yeah.
Ole's Morgana. When like, wow, okay, what the fuck? And he plays it so well too. Ole is
Support god.
he's probably like one of the few players, not even in the role, but in the LCS, where I struggle to think of a weakness, if not the only person I struggle to think of a weakness for.
Yes.
I would agree.
I don't think he has a weakness at all.
And that's
Like
ridiculous.
the only weakness I see for him right now is himself getting in the way. But
Yeah,
even then,
that's
he
how I feel
doesn't.
now. Yeah. And I was like, he is, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing him play at World.
Me too. I think he'd do really well on that stage.
I'm hyped.
Or he might shit the bed, but who knows? It's
There's it sounds really weird to say, but there's so many good supports going to Worlds.
I fucking love good support
I love it.
plays.
I play a lot of support. I'm very fond of everyone going. Gorilla, Mithy, Ole, hopefully Mata.
And I'm hoping, in my opinion, I'm hoping Smoothie too.
Yeah, Smooth's been playing well too. I mean, we'll get through. We'll get Smoothie, I guess, for
Yeah.
this figure. Let's go number two. Number two. Babs.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think this is where I put in.
All right.
Alright.
Sure.
Bio Daddy.
All right, we all got different answers.
Heyo. Oh, hot damn.
All right, Babs, hits off with why Smoothie is number two.
The only reason why Sneaky has a chance to live in bot lane with the way he's playing.
Fact.
I feel like he plays to the metas very well. I feel like the only thing that is really messing up with him right now is himself. He's making really small mistakes. He's very unconfident with himself, and yeah, he's like, "Oh, I need to improve," but at the same time, I feel like he's also getting in the way of himself improving to be number one. Lately, he's been being caught out of position. I also feel like, with the way that C9's been drafting, hasn't been helping. So,
Fair enough.
Alright.
I'll kick off Afro.
Afro.
Black.
Usually my huge, one of the tragic last minute. So, usually I'm not huge on like intangibles that players bring to the team,
Yeah.
but it's pretty much undeniable to think or to that Afromu is basically an in-game coach.
Yes.
It's the same
Yeah.
way High is, except
Afromu is good at the
yeah.
game.
I was like, Afromu's in a position where he's allowed to control the map a lot. Like he doesn't have to worry about laning as much. But you know that he's on roaming supports. Like he took a little drop when
Sensor supports were popular.
yeah, but then Thresh was huge. Blitzcrank got a resurgence. Engage supports. Alistair kind of came back. when he can play the map like he wants to, he's maybe even better than Ole. That at roaming, at least. And also the theorizing that Aframu and Ziggs do
Mm-hmm.
is so creative and fun to watch. Like CLG's level 1s and their early games are always phenomenally unique. And that's because of Aframu and Ziggs. And I think
yeah.
he's pretty much the heart and soul of CLG.
I believe it. Yeah, Afro is the heart, the beating heart of CLG.
True. All right, James, who with Bio Daddy?
Bio Daddy, the guy's just he's basically Ole but meh. He's like Ole but with slightly more meh to him. He's just like, all right, Biofrost did a good thing. All right, his synergy with Double Lift though is I think one of the best in the league. Like just with how well he plays with Double Lift specifically. However, though, Bio Daddy, just as a support on his own, because it's a little bit difficult talking about bot laners because bot laners have the whole.
You're sharing on that.
You're two like bot laners. AD carry and support are their own positions, but they are very much so also two parts of the same whole, which is the bot lane. Mm-hmm. And so, I think that Bio Daddy is excellent when it comes to his synergy with Double Lift. I think him and Double Lift have the strongest synergy of any support AD duo. So, and also he does what Ole does, just not to the extent that Ole doesn't. So there's that. Yep.
I'll argue.
I will kick off number 3
later.
What?
I'll argue later.
All right, that's my number 3.
Moo Afro. Zachary Black.
Hey, Zach Black. Oh, guy.
That's great. Babs?
Oh, Bio Daddy.
It's Bio Daddy again.
Oh, geez, here I have Afro twice, I guess.
This is awkward.
You're gonna put his.
This is not what I asked for. There he is.
What in the fuck is that? I mean, granted, he's still good, but I didn't expect him to be that high.
Alright, James, who with your Afro?
The guy's.
No, wait, who's?
I did it. Yeah, I kicked off number 3.
Didn't you kick off number 1?
I don't think so, no.
It doesn't matter. Fucking do it.
Anyway, yeah, I don't give a shit.
Alright, Afro is like amazing. He is one of the best. He's one of the best supports in the game when it comes to mind games. Because I think that with support, when it comes to like micro mind games, like landing skill shots and things,
Fog of War is pretty.
Yeah, it's like super important. So he can play the mental game of really well, which is what you really want in a support. If I'm building a team and my support has the mental game down compared to another mechanical support who can play like Bard and Thresh and never miss an ult ever, I will take the mental support because the mechanics will come. And the mental game will complement your mechanical or technical ability to actually play the role. And then if you have the mental game down, then you're good. And Afro has the mental game down like no other support in the league, in my opinion. I think that Ole and Bio Daddy's mental games are good enough, and then their mechanics back it up. Afro is slightly worse mechanically, but my God, is this man able to play? Is this man able to just fucking... he can just read the map and play so well. Hey, it's me.
Okay.
Yep, that's my reasoning. Yep.
Biofrost.
Biofrost has always been, in my opinion, the most consistent. The most consistent support out there. Like
The sneaky of supports, if you will.
Yeah, he's the sneaky of supports in my opinion. The guy you can't. He plays champions first of all that he doesn't want to play, but he'll do it just to win. And I think his Braum, and you know my boy Braum, his Braum is very tasty. Very tasty.
Very tasty.
Very tasty.
Yum yum, bro.
but
Kinky.
but basically what I'm trying to say is that he doesn't like to play Braum, but yet he will just for the sake of the team. And that's a thing I like about him is that he will do anything to win. Where he will step out of comfort zones to be a certain support. The guy he has great mechanics. He's always shown that he's great mechanically, and I have yet to see him kind of falter. He's never had a really hard down ever, and he's had ups, but he's never had a down. So, and I think that's why he's number 3.
All right.
Fair enough.
Next up. What are we looking at next?
Hakuho.
Hakuho. Why is Hakuho?
Hakuho's
My name is Haku, and I'm a ho.
good. Hakuho's like Hakuho, like everyone's like probably every split. There's always a player that goes pretty unnoticed. For me, that's Hakuho the split. And even last split, he was playing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. I'll trace it back to Renegades.
Oh boy.
Damn, that's far.
Monty's team, the tragedy of Monte Cristo. Also, rest in peace, my good friend. Even back then, they took him on because Remilia left the league, and then they picked up Hakuho.
All right.
That's how he came in. He played all right, nothing outstanding, but he didn't play bad. There he was. His first split, very unnoticed. On a pretty bad team,
On a real bad team.
not a lot of personality. I'll say that. Not an awful lot for looks. There he is. And then next split rolls around. He's on. I'm gonna have next split. I'm going to when he's on envy. It's like, but. And this is the time where damage supports were rampant. Your Zyras, your everybody at like your people that are rushing your Frost Queens as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And Hakuho's Zyra is actually something fierce.
Yeah, it's good.
If we're talking about laning supports prior to the split, he is one of the best laning supports there is out there. And then this split, he diversified even from that on, because granted Thresh is a pretty meta pick nowadays, but his Thresh is really good. Like because he's such a mechanical support, his precision with hooks and skill shots is actually phenomenal. Which, if you have that, it enables you to roam pretty well. And he's done a lot of roaming for Niski. He's been phenomenal with Lyra invading, and they've also consistently winning bot lane with Hakuho and Apollo. So they show great synergy with both bot and jungle, great laning, great roaming. I think he's just great. The only thing he doesn't have is a personality, popularity, which I think people will slowly latch onto. Give him time, and he'll be up there.
All right. I could see it. Yeah. I don't necessarily think he should be number 3, but yeah. Yeah. No, I agree.
Then I will throw in number 4 while I'm talking.
All right.
It's blank.
Wow.
I copied a blank by accident.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, we agree. I fucking want a smoothie right now, TBH.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh god, I copied a blank myself.
Hey, dude, I didn't just copy a blank. I feel that. Alright. So, why? Why are you gonna do it? Yeah, way. Alright, Smoothie.
Smoothie.
Best support last split. I would be willing to say. This split, he played well in the first half, and then subpar in the last half.
Okay.
And one of his pocket picks has always been the Tarek.
Mhm.
And there's been noticeable mechanical issues there, whether he's ulting late, missing stuns, he's not shielding properly. It's like mechanically there's issues. As Bob's perhaps brought up earlier, there's been several cases where he's been caught out by himself, where
Yeah.
it shows disconnect between Smoothie and contracts is fairly common in competitive to war with your jungler. His supports are pretty vulnerable.
Mhm.
And he's consistently kind of been on a downward trend recently. Nothing that's like, dear God, he's playing atrociously, but not well enough that I'd be willing to put him above these three I have.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Babs, grab your Afro move from me.
Afromu, to me, he's not as much as an impactful support as the three above. But the thing that, first of all, I'd like to explain, these top four are like the best of the best, and they probably, like, they're insane when it comes to being a support. But I feel like Afromu is fourth when it comes to the big four, only because I don't feel like, as a playmaker, he's not too big of one. But the other side of that is that he is a phenomenal shot caller. Give that man a coaching award, because he deserves it better than any other coach. Like, literally.
It's true.
It's phenomenal what he can do, while at the same time laning and all that stuff. So
I can respect that. Let me just say on the topic of supports in NA, I think NA has some fantastic supports. It's like 2 splits, and it's really hypey.
Yeah.
I only have 3 supports on my list where I think they're just bad, and the other 7 are good. So
No, I think the support role is.
I
the
have
strongest
3 that are bad.
for NA.
yeah, so I have 3 that are bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I agree. Support is fucking amazing this year. It's awesome.
James, you want to touch on Smoothie or move on to your next pick?
Smoothie. He's good. He's been declining. His Tarek is kind of mad right now, but it could be better. He's Smoothie. Stick the man in a blender, he'll get you an okay game.
Hey, Samsung versus Freaky Freaks goes live.
Hey, cool. Wanna watch it together?
I have to go to work at 8 a.m.
Cool. I don't have to wake up for a very long time, so I will probably watch this after the Samsung versus the Freakin' Freaks after that. Probably gonna jack off first, but yeah, I'll watch it.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So, James, what's your...
My number 5 is Hakuho.
All right, Babs.
Hakuho.
Hakuho. So, I just want to say this about my support list. Except for, like, my bottom 3, there's the tiniest of increments separating them.
Yeah.
Everybody, at least in my top 5, are all fucking phenomenal. Like,
Ace lit.
hot diggity damn.
Sport main. Not that I'm actually a sport main, but I mean, I like playing sport.
But I mean.
Alright. So, James, you're up.
Hakuo is one of the best laning supports in League of Legends. He's really good laning. His roaming is acceptable. If you have good laning and acceptable roaming, then that's really, really good for support. And then his team fighting, oddly enough, the way that he coordinates inside of team fights is actually really fucking awesome. I love watching this man team fight. The way that he positions, the way that he uses his actives. He's very, very good in coordinating inside of a big fight. Whereas I feel like the other supports in the league can do that, but they're not. They're not as good as he is in team fights. Like his micro in team fighting and laning and skirmishing are amazing. It's just that his macro roaming isn't as good as the top 4. So that's why he's at 5. Although it's only a small increment, his macro is still wonderful. It's a thing of beauty.
I'm with you. There's support's probably the tightest of all the roles. Or like,
Yeah, I agree.
like the gap between the players is the smallest. Alright, Babs, how about you about Hakuho?
Hakuo, dude, I just had, like everybody said, it's just a slim sliver that separates all these supports. Hakuo, his positioning in the middle of team fights is something I have yet to be seen on a support. He's a beautiful support player, but I feel like he also lacks the smarts and the skills of the ones above him.
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I got Adrian.
Adrian.
At the bot lane.
All right, what do you got?
If this was past, I would not have Adrian this high.
I was about to say.
Because a major flaw with him as a player was his champion pool. He was known strictly as this guy plays Janna, this guy plays Lulu, this guy plays Saraka. He's playing your entertainer supports, he's not playing shit else.
Yep.
He played him well, but that was it. He didn't roam, his warding was good, he never left his AD carry. Nowadays,
He was strictly a duo support.
flash forward to Summer Split, where his top team most played champions is like, it's like 17 games on Thresh and then like 9 games on Blitzcrank. Something's changed. Okay. Adrian, there's been several interviews too, also, where he's like, I'm finally taking a professional career seriously, because I felt like on all my other teams, I've been the one that wasn't trying. And now I feel like I'm the one that's trying the hardest.
Smoking too much weed.
He's pretty much lost in the sauce. But now he's coming out of it. And he's playing. He already has a long history of like he can play enchanter supports.
Yeah.
I trust him to that. I was not confident in his roaming ability. And I've been fooled. I've been played for a goddamn fool. Adrian's actually a phenomenal roaming support. Turns out he can pick engages phenomenally, and since his vision games was already great, turns out playing pick champions with good vision is a great combination.
Yes.
But you can land those out of vision blitz hooks, thresh hooks, Morgana binds. You win skirmishes off that. And he's been a huge part of Dignitas' research.
I agree. He's been excellent.
All right.
Alright.
I think
it was bad.
Yeah, I think bad stuff.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh,
Gems are truly outrageous.
they are truly,
Adrian.
truly outrageous.
You missed it truly.
Oh, fuck me.
Truly, truly, truly outrageous.
I can't wait for the comments to pour in saying, hey, he's coming down.
True. Alright. You guys both have Adrian, so you guys fire away.
Alright. Babs, you can go first.
Adrian's been proving himself lately, and it's looking really impressive with Altec right now. He just, yeah. That's all I can say. Like I said, this list is very slim, close to each other. You know, I can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to rate this list.
Like I could never say that Ole could 100% trump Adrian.
Yeah.
I'll put it that like hot diggity damn, this man's a fucking monster. Is that? Do you have more to say, Babs?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Adrian, in my opinion, is the enchanter support. Call this man Harry Potter, because boy is he casting a spell.
Oh
Because-
my god.
That's Corey.
If anybody makes it into 2 hours and 45 minutes into this video,
They just left it.
they just now left.
Also, quick news flash. I'm switching my Adrian's movie.
All right. That's reasonable. I think Adrian has been heavily stepping up. This man is the best enchanter support in the league, in my opinion. And however, though, he also hasn't been able to prove himself on roaming support until recently. And now this man's just fucking running around in circles, hooking this motherfucker, shanking that wench, this and that. He's been doing really, really well playing these pick-oriented supports, and when you can play both styles of supports to a decent degree, then after that you can improve both and be an absolute monster of support. I think that if he improves the way that he's been improving at both styles of support, then I think that he will, in fact, be the best support in 2018, in my opinion. So that is my Adrian shtick.
Alright.
All right, we have Bio Daddy.
Do have Bio Daddy at number 6. So Biofrost was brought in and approved by Double Lift to be basically the support for TSM. Because when you're recruiting for a support, you have your bot laner picked, you have to make sure they have good synergy. Double Lift picked Biofrost. Biofrost became the starting support for TSM. And it really shows in Biofrost's gameplay that Double Lift was his mentor. Because
They're on the same page.
not only that, my one bone to pick with Biofrost, it's not even really a bone to pick. I think it is, it's like a diversity. He doesn't leave his side. Biofrost is a Double Lift's child. Like, he won't roam mid to gank. He won't roam around with Svenskeren to ward. That's part of why Svenskeren dies in blood also, because they all go in separately. But Reshtant, Biofrost plays around Double Lift 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And he excels on peel supports like Braum and sometimes Thresh and sometimes like an Alistair, because that is what basically TSM hired him to do, was enable Double Lift, enable the carry, and he does that well, but that's his one thing he does. And I've never seen, like, everyone else above this, I've seen games and plays where it's like, Jesus Christ, they're playing phenomenally. And they're running away with the game, they're making plays that set the entire team.
Yeah.
Like, the best I've heard Biofrost is goddamn, Double Lift shouldn't be alive. And people usually attribute that to Double Lift, but a lot of time Biofrost is dead because of Double Lift. and Biofrost is a goddamn miracle worker. But the rest of these supports can't enable a whole team. Biofrost enables one person. That's my one shtick with. That can change too. I mean, if we ever separated Biofrost and Double Lift, I'd be very curious to see how Biofrost would play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Hako.
I think I'm next at 7.
I think so too.
This is my last of my good supports.
Oh boy.
BT dubs. X special.
Oh fuck! I totally forgot about him.
X Special is mine too at number 7.
Forgot about Dre.
The
Don't worry,
rest, when I put it on the list, I'm just gonna put my last 3 because
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be the same. All my arguments,
I think they're the
I guess, while
same.
slightly different, they all have like the same sort of shortcomings.
Yeah.
I will say the same. I will say the same.
For X-Special?
No, X-Special. No, X-Special is my number 7 too. X-Special is like the barrier. If you're better than X-Special, then you deserve top 6. If you're worse than X-Special, you shouldn't be playing the game. He is the standard at which you are playing okay as support, in my opinion. Which you're playing like decent to a point where you can set up your team for success, where you're doing your job. That's X-Special.
Actually, I'm gonna take this back because I think I can argue X-Special better than I can argue Biofrost.
So what do you think X-Special should be number 6 then?
Switching those two. Man.
Okay. What gets your dick going with X-Special? Mr.
So yeah, in every other role, like with, like I think he has like the same sort of thing that a Froggen had. A phenomenal support in this case on usually garbage teams. Like he was like flashback to 2013.
Oh my god.
This is a while ago, guys. 2014. Oh yeah, that were
Yeah.
all-star support. He made the all-star team, and
Yep.
this is back
I
when
remember.
back when Reggie was on the team,
Yeah.
and people were like Reggie. As a whole big thing at the time was Reggie and X-Special had this 1v1 tournament, and Reggie didn't win a game against X-Special. like X-Special throttles everyone. Like he's famous for being like a solo queue star because he can play every role phenomenally.
Yeah.
So like that just enables or proves that his game sense has to be absurd. Like
The man's a goddamn miracle.
he's a library. There's a man not like I would trust his game knowledge probably more than anyone else as far as that goes.
That I would agree.
And he even has good mechanics to back that up a lot of the time.
Yeah.
He's just after he left TSM, he was on Liquid.
Curse.
He is on Curse. He was on P1 now. Dignitas for Distortion. Short stint. And he's always been on
He's
teams
been on
for like
ass teams.
he's never been on there for long either. He's always been there for like a couple of weeks and then he's off for the next team. A couple of weeks. He's
Yep.
freaking mercenary special. But
Fucking
he
the
has
truest of free agents.
he's such a like but when I watch him though, there's times where it's like, yeah, this guy was the best support in the league at that time. This guy still can be if he wanted to. And the fact that he might retire after this season
Makes me so sad.
is depressing. This man is a support legacy. Not even a support. I just want to see him stay in the scene beyond anything. And if he does come back in the LCS, I want him to be on a decent team. Good God, the man deserves it.
I can see C9 Special do.
Yeah.
I don't think they're
Just
gonna give
imagine
up
it's special.
Smoothie. I don't think they're
Probably
gonna.
not, but I'd love to see it though.
I'd love to see it, but I don't think C9 wants to give up Smoothie.
I don't think they do either.
But I'm just gonna say this off season is gonna be hype. People are gonna be moving around so much with franchising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New teams.
Let's hope Darkhawk never comes back.
Please, for the love of God, I
Fuck
hope
that
he
guy.
stays in Challenger.
You starting jungler for TSM. Welcome, Dardock.
No.
Dude, I'd rather have Spence Karen.
I'd
I'd actually
I'd- I'd-
split Spence Karen.
I'd rather have Johnny on a team than Dardock.
Yikes.
Johnny can mid lane and he can top lane, but that man cannot jungle.
I'd rather have myself fucking jungle for a TSM before Dart Dick touches anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, you guys. Hit me with your special arc.
Special, holy shit. This guy is really good, just shitty luck of draw when it comes to teams, dude.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. I think he's really good. I feel like if he was on a better team, he'd be higher up on the list, but unfortunately, I haven't seen results because of teams that he's been placed with.
Shitty fucking teams.
League's a team game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay, last
All right.
3.
Last 3. Let's list them off.
Bam.
it's my last 4 actually.
Last 3.
All right. My last 3.
Last 4.
You put Bunny Fufu in there? And Stunt?
Bunny hasn't played in such a long time.
That's a meme. No.
You put
I will say,
Stunt in there?
sorry, I
Jesus
meant Shady.
Christ. You meant
Yeah, we
Shady?
know. Stun. Wait, fuck. Whatever. I'll just do this. That works.
Gate's not even on the list.
Gate's not on the list? Oh my god.
Oh fuck. Gate was on the list. God, the P1 supports all get their own slot. There we go. Because they're all fucking shit to me.
Wait, Gate's on Echo, folks.
I like how you have Lemonation listed twice.
God. FlyQuest and their legacy players that should not be playing anymore.
I just want you
Actually-
to know these last 3 are tied for last place. You might as well just shove
What?
11 in all of it.
I purposely put Lemonation last because I think he deserves that spot.
He doesn't deserve a spot.
I
I
think he deserves 11.
I think. Alright, so I'm gonna just say Bunny Fufu is a meme. Because somebody has to fill the gap between Elimination and Matt. Because Matt, in my opinion, is actually horrendous. Like, oh, good God. Matt, why? Matt is so fucking bad. He's shit laner, shit for roaming. Man has a pocket bard. He can barely play it. Like, he's super duper bad. Like, I don't know. Matt's horrible. I can't give him any redeeming qualities. He just doesn't play good. He just doesn't play well. His warding's okay at best. He's just bad. Bad. I don't like him. Compared to the rest of the league, he's garbage.
Alright.
Gate is, like, also bad. And then Elimination should stop playing, but he's not as bad as Matt. But I think if you give him karma,
Elimination's the only
okay
fucking
games.
guy in the league that has a kid.
he has a kid.
Yes. Dude, he's like,
What?
he's dad status, man.
He's like 77.
He's like 77.
Isn't he like, he's like upper 30s, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man's old as hell. Is this kid fully grown?
No, his kid's young. Like, I'd say...
Mike Young. Da-da-da.
Mike, please don't call me Mike, young.
Wouldn't that be a fucking twist? Mike Young rips off his mask and it's Elimination's kid. Alright, I'm gonna get mine out of the way real quick.
Okay.
Gate plays a mean Camille support. That's it. Matt struggles with psychological issues and streaks. Goes on a 3-game hot streak and a 20-game cold streak. Pretty bad. And I got Elimination. Man who
This man is a father now.
back in a day when there weren't coaches in the league, he was great. But now there are, and his entire role is pretty much null and void.
Reasonable.
I think he'd be a good coach, perhaps a positional coach, even a head coach. But if you can't perform mechanically and you don't have any inherent synergy with who you're playing with, strictly with your bottom laner, then why have you there? Like, at this point, it's strictly for like nostalgia, where it's like, oh, I remember the old C9.
I sometimes watch their old games just to think, man, everyone was bad back then, and these guys are okay.
Not much, man.
Yeah.
You got anything to say, Babs?
I mean, look at the spreadsheet.
Nice.
I think it
I-
explains everything.
I recommend. I don't know.
I don't think they perform in the LCS level. I feel like they need to leave. Like the supports above these three are so high up there, and then the gap from that special to gate on my list is extremely massive. It's like falling down Mount Everest to get to the next support, you know?
Let's be real. Best support, Bunny Foo.
Bunny who?
Bunny
What?
Bunny Fufu was good until okay. Well,
He plays Thresh well.
I
That's it.
think that's our
Yeah.
list, guys. We
Yeah,
successfully
that's
made
our
it.
full list.
Holy
Teams
shit.
aside.
At 3 hours
The
and
whole
1
team.
minute and 8 seconds and still going.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. That's good night, man.
Nice.
That at this point I need to go to bed, so
Hold on, there's one last thing I gotta put on the spreadsheet.
oh no.
Yeah, cool. That's just not what I do. There we go.
What do you got?
Just gonna take a few of these. I'm just gonna apply them vigorously throughout the
No,
spreadsheet.
don't do that. I want to
Yeah.
save this spreadsheet,
I
dude.
know, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Alright. Thank you for watching. Good night from yours truly.
Good night from the Shilk crew. And by the way, you watched episode 1 of the ShilkCast.
Be
The
back in a month
ShilkCast.
for Worlds.
We should do